All right, everything's set up. I got my mic on. Okay, guest list, good. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's put up our background. Okay, excellent. Hello. It's good to see you, although no one's in here yet, but hey, good to see you, everybody. So, why aren't you vegan? How do you morally justify your animal use? And I want everyone to pay really close attention to the word your, okay? I want to know about your situation. I don't want to know about other people, fringe cases, whatever, unless it's your fringe case. I only want to talk to you about your situation. And you got to be over 18, okay? I got a couple of resources here. Dominion shows you just standard practices. If you're going to continue to demand animals be used and exploited for you, then you should know what it is you're demanding. And if you're not brave enough or you can't stomach it, maybe you should consider why you're funding it. Okay? And below that is dairy is scary. If you still consume dairy, you should definitely watch it. This is what is inherent in dairy. You cannot get dairy from an animal without this process. So watch that. It's only 5 minutes. Both are on YouTube. And then on the other side of me, if you are vegan and maybe what's holding you back is you're just scared you're not going to get everything you need, it's fair. When I first was learning about veganism, I didn't know how to feed myself. I was eating out of convenience, out of habit, out of sometimes tradition, just what I was taught, right? Instead of how do I get my nutrients. So Vegan Daily Dozen makes it really easy, just gives you a checklist of a dozen things to make sure you get in a day, and you'll get all your needed nutrition. And if you're not sure if you're getting all your nutrition, you can use like AI engines to make meal plans for you. You can Google vegan challenges that provide you access to nutritionists. Hell, you can even just look for a dietitian or a nutritionist and say, hey, I want to go vegan, right? But if you don't have access to those things, Vegan Daily Dozen is a great place to start. Nutritionfacts.org is the website. You can just Google Vegan Daily Dozen. Nutrition Facts is just a great website. They make videos about studies. So if you're curious about the science behind how we should eat, they break it down perfectly. So I strongly suggest you go there. They make videos too, so you don't have to read everything. You can, like, you know, if you want to be multitasking, you can listen while you're doing something. You know, Anthony, I don't know why you feel like you need to punch down at people who need just someone to talk to. Maybe you need someone to talk to. Is that maybe what's happening? Are you projecting? And my nose ring is beautiful. Oh, I don't even have my nose rings in. Uh-oh. I just realized. I do see we have some requests. You got to be over 18. DB Philosophy.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, are you over 18?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How do
Well,
you morally justify your animal use? Oh, I can't hear you if you leave the app.
hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't hear you when you leave the app, though. Every time you leave the app, it mutes you.
Hold on. Let me try to see. I apologize for wasting your time. Hold on.
I don't
But I
want
was
you to.
just going to
Okay.
refer to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 through 29. So I'm not really sure if anyone can help me pull that up, but
I mean, just
it
summarize it for
essentially,
me. You can
I mean,
summarize
it
it
just
for me.
essentially gives us dominion over the creation on this earth, such as, birds, the fish, and just animals of the earth. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's just more so not necessarily how I justify it, but
Okay. How do you
there's no need
justify
for
it then?
justification.
Like,
Oh,
I
there's no
understand.
need for justification if God gave us dominion
Okay.
over the animals.
So can
So that's all I
I?
really had to say.
So could I join? Okay. Just want to run. Got it. So I could still join your religion as a vegan. So that means you have a choice. And if we know that animals feel pain, if we agree that locking a dog in a hot car for my convenience is immoral on me, or me raising dogs for dog fighting is immoral for me to do, then using animals when you don't need to is immoral. I'm pretty sure your God frequently mentions how you should respect and care for the animals. And I don't think God would want you to just unalive animals for your taste entertainment, right? If God and the devil were locked in a room with a lamb, who's going to unalive the lamb? And if it is God, how would he do it? How would he take the life of someone who doesn't want to die? Right? So if your God is a compassionate, peaceful, merciful God, then why are you supporting the devil in that sense? Maybe ask yourself that if you really think that's a gotcha. Hey, Atomics, are you over 18?
Yes.
Right on. How do you morally justify your animal use?
I'm hungry.
Okay, so I'm hungry. Am I morally justified to unalive my neighbor for a quick snack?
No, because killing a human is actually against the law. Eating a cow is not.
Okay, say unalive just because we're on TikTok.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So, what is morally different between, besides legality, right? Let's say I live in a place where there are no laws. So, what is morally the difference between me unaliving my neighbor for breakfast and unaliving a pig for breakfast?
Well, the human's probably more sentient than the pig.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Sentient. The
Yeah,
human,
what do you mean they're more sentient?
like, they can be productive to society. A pig kind of just isn't.
Okay, so we have humans.
A pig pays bills. A
We have,
pig does not pay bills.
so we have,
Humans do.
are you done?
Pigs don't take care of kids. They do take care of kids, but not in the way humans do.
So, do we have humans that maybe don't meet our average cognition, maybe can't take care of themselves?
Yes, but can you give me a percentage of what percent of the population that is?
Doesn't matter. They exist. So, we still find it immoral to exploit them, right? Why do we still
Yes.
respect those humans?
Because they're humans.
Okay, so it's about DNA.
Um,
Well, I didn't hear what you said.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
In a way,
So
yes.
so what you're describing is in group. So what you're saying is because you're not in my group, it's okay for me to dominate you. Do you recognize that animals are sentient?
Yes, like I said,
Okay.
but they're not as sentient as humans.
Okay, so but you're aware that they're making preferences, right? They want to avoid harm. They want to continue living, right? They want to be comfortable. They have things that they prefer that make them unique individuals, correct?
Yes. Satine,
Okay.
stop.
Okay, so if they
Nothing.
care what happens to them, what morally separates them from the humans I was describing that makes it so that I can stab animals but not that human that was low cognition?
The humans were put on the earth
Oh,
for a
right.
source of
You
food
said
as well.
DNA. I'm sorry. So you do
There's
recognize.
multiple reasons why
I
you
know,
can
I know. I got distracted. I want to stick to your first point. You said human DNA, and then I went off, and I'm sorry. That was my fault. I was trying to draw that animals are actually more similar to us than you think, right? You already agreed they can feel pain, they can feel joy, right? So, what is it then that, like, why are you ignoring the fact that they can suffer? Why is it okay to ignore their suffering? Do you care that they suffer?
If you kill them in a humane way, they don't really suffer.
Okay, so you
But
do
due to
care, but you do
the
care
fact,
about their welfare.
the fact that there's such high demand and supply, sometimes they
That's not
have
what
to
I
be
asked
killed.
you, though. Do you care about their welfare?
Their welfare
Yeah, do you
depends
care
on
what the
their,
animal goes through? Like, do you think it's fair to put animals through factory farming?
Yeah, because humans have to
Okay.
eat.
Okay, well, that's consistent. So you don't care about how animals feel.
I don't care about animals that I feel. I care about the
Oh,
animals that like my pets feel.
so what's the difference between a dog and a pig?
My dog is my pet and my family. The
Oh,
pig is a source of sustenance for me to survive.
so it's just about your value system? It's
Yeah.
about who you value more? Okay, so there's
Need
a burning building.
survival.
There's a burning building, and you can either save a human baby or a human old person. Who are you going to save?
The baby.
Okay, so does that now mean, because you just told me your value system, right? That's what we're talking about. Since you value babies more, can we exploit old people for bacon now?
No, because old people don't give off bacon when they die.
But your explanation was, well, I value humans more than animals. So because I value humans more, I am allowed to exploit animals. So my example is showing you that even though you value babies over old people, it seems ridiculous that you can then exploit old people, right? Just because you value them less.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Well, do you understand my point, though?
Yeah, I
I'll
understand.
answer your question. Okay, go ahead.
Hypothetically, if you were starving and the only thing you had to eat was a pig or a cow and you had to kill it to do it, would you do it?
Yes, but is that your situation right now?
No, but that's a
Okay.
lot of other people's situations.
So vegans recognize veganism isn't against self-defense or necessity in like a survival situation, but the issue is that you're right now using this as an excuse while you're in a place where you have options to continue demanding animals be exploited, right? Like if I was in a survival situation, even if I unalive that animal to survive maybe another couple of weeks, I could still pass away, right? Like, is it really going to take me that much further? I could learn from that animal. If it's on that island or wherever, I could watch what they eat, right? Like, that's where your mindset comes in. It's like, yes, I could do this, but there are other options. And if I don't want to take that animal's life, because if I were them, I'd want to be respected, then I would try to find every option I could to avoid harming them. Does that make sense?
How do you suppose that we should supplement our the protein that our body requires
Plants,
that we get from animals,
plants.
cows? But
No,
yeah,
no,
plants do carry
plants,
protein.
plants. I'm telling you,
Plants
so all
do
plants have
carry
protein.
yes, plants do carry protein, but not nearly as much as animals have.
There's bodybuilders that eat vegan diets. Like, what are you
Yes,
talking about?
most bodybuilders use drugs whether they admit it or not.
That's not totally true. Yes, some do, but that doesn't mean all do.
I
Like,
didn't say
go look up that chip guy, or Brian Turner,
I
or
said them.
Hinch
I said most,
Herbivore.
not all.
Okay, well these guys are massive, and they eat just a vegan diet. In fact, the Hinch Herbivore talks about his whole food plant-based diet, and he coaches people. So you could reach out to him. So if you're
Okay.
worried about protein, I would actually point you to the Vegan Daily Dozen, because it just gives you an easy checklist to make sure you get everything you need in a day. You only need really 3 servings of beans to get the majority of your protein, and then the rest is just eating some dark leafy greens, some fruits, like really simple stuff. It's not really that difficult. I know that society makes it seem like going vegan is really hard, but it's really not.
Yeah, but not everyone can afford to go full vegan.
Okay, so I'm just talking to you. Do you
Well,
have a grocery store?
yeah, but
So
it's
you
not
have
as
options.
cheap either.
A vegan diet is actually one of the cheapest diets, and it just happens to be one of the healthiest. So if you go to a whole food plant-based diet, likely you're just going to get all the benefits.
What's
Cheaper, healthier.
what's
Go
the
ahead.
negatives to eating a steak? What
The
health?
animal
No,
loses
no,
their
no.
life.
You
I'm
said
only here about the animals. I don't care about
you said
nutrition.
it's healthier. No, no, no. You
It
said you
can
brought up the
be.
fact that it's healthier.
Calm
What
down.
is
Just
unhealthy about me
calm
eating a
down.
steak? No, I just talk naturally loud, and I always sound like I'm angry. It's just how I was raised.
Okay.
But you said it was healthier. What's unhealthy about eating a steak?
That's not what I said. You're misconstruing. I'm saying that a vegan diet is one of the healthiest diets. Like if you eat a whole food plant-based diet, that's one of the healthiest diets. That's what I said. And if you were to eat that, if you were to do it mindfully, you could reap all those benefits. That's what I was saying. You can live healthfully using animals. Even though specifically a steak is a 2A carcinogen, you could technically still live a long, healthy life using animals. That's not why I'm here, though. I don't care what you eat. You do you, boo. What I care about is that you're using a sentient being. When you go to the store and you buy animal products, or you go to a friend's house and you accept whatever animal products they give you, you're putting in a demand. You're saying, I like this. And they are going to replace what you took by sending the next individual through the system because of your choices, because you made that demand. That's called supply and demand. So you actually play a crucial part in this. And it's up to you if you want to keep paying these people to abuse animals, right? Like, do you feel comfortable doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You're
And
okay with abusing animals?
I mean, I don't feel like they're being abused. They're just being killed.
Okay, let me put it this way. If I was kicking a dog, is that abuse?
Yes, but
Okay, hold on. If I take the dog's head off, is that abuse?
Depends on the reason.
Because I want entertainment.
No.
Okay, so it is unfair and immoral to the dog to take their head off for my entertainment.
Yes.
Okay, because why?
What's for your entertainment? What's the...
No, I mean, why is it immoral for me to do it for my entertainment? Why do you think it's immoral? I agree with you, but I just want you to tell me why.
Well, one, the dog wasn't attacking you. It wasn't defending your life. And it's not really, after the dog's dead, it's not really serving a purpose after it dies, other than just to entertain you for the next 5 minutes of your life.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is you're doing the same thing to cows. You don't need to eat them. You can eat something else. So all you're doing is removing a cow's head or a pig's head or a chicken's head or a fish's head for your tongue entertainment.
I mean, I guess if you really want to put it that way, yeah. But no, in my mind, you're killing the cow so you can get a vitamin that you need to survive.
Name the vitamin that you can't get from other sources. Name the vitamin that you need from animals that you can't get from other sources.
I'm not saying that you can't get it from other sources. There's just...
So that's my point. Otherwise, it's just entertainment.
No,
right? I can look. Instead of kicking the dog, shouldn't I kick something else?
Or just don't kick at all.
Well, what if it gives me great exercise? It's the only way I get exercise. Should I kick the dog or kick something else?
Something else.
Exactly. So why don't you do that?
Because like I said, I have the free will to go eat whatever the hell I want. So
but what about the animal? What about their choices? Like, if you were them, right? What would you want your oppressor to do? Would you rather your oppressor, knowing that they can get everything they need from other sources, would you want them to continue using you or to stop?
I mean, man, if I taste good, at a medium rare with a couple of good seasonings on it, go ahead.
I don't believe you. What about your mother? What about your mother? Would you let people unnecessarily attack, unalive, cut open, and eat your mother?
No, you're not. No. Shut the fuck up. You're not.
Okay. You are not here in good faith. You're just up here to cry. Go ask your mommy why it's wrong to demand someone be abused for you. You go ask her that, okay? Why is it wrong to ask for someone else to be abused for you? Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry. It put you down below so I couldn't see you. I'm sorry. Hey.
Hey, how's it going? That guy was crazy, boy.
Yeah, it's when they get backed in the corner and they know that they don't have an excuse. They go, oh yeah, no, I would totally be okay with someone violating my bodily autonomy and ignoring my consent. Like, you're silly. That's silly.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know why people think that's a gotcha. It's like, you're the one biting this bullet saying it's okay for me to hunt your mother and eat her.
Yeah.
Like, your mother would probably be really disappointed in you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't believe you said that. I must have missed that part.
Oh, I was just asking him if he was the one in the the animal, what would he want? And he said, "Oh, if I taste great," and then was trying to troll me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, I don't believe you. What if it was your mother?" And he was like, "Shut the f up."
Yeah. Yeah. That's all they can do is just do that.
Yeah, but the fact that he couldn't say, it's not fair to my mother. Please don't do this to my mother. That shows that he's a coward and is recognizing what I'm saying. That he's
Right.
just using in group, which is akin to like racism or sexism. You're not in my
Yeah.
group, therefore I can harm you.
Right.
So silly. Oh, people. Anyway, all right. Are you ready for the next one?
Oh, sure.
Right on. Okay. Bring up.
Oh my
Seth.
God, you have 11?
I know, right? They came in fast.
Oh my God.
They came in actually when you did. You brought in the crowd. Thank you, Lori.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Hey, Seth, are you over 18?
Yes,
Oh
I
my
am.
God.
Oh, what year were you born?
2002.
I don't believe you. You sound like a child. Let's see.
Yeah.
I guess we'll bring you up. I had a similar name yesterday, but I guess you're not the same person.
Look, I'm
That
here.
one guy with the beard. Are you over
What's
18?
up?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm 32.
Okay. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Honestly, my moral justification is simply I want to eat meat.
Okay. So it's just about like taste pleasure?
Pretty much, yeah. And I understand that, like you said with the other guy, that it's for my tongue experience or whatever. But you know what? Hey, I want to eat meat because it tastes better, in
Okay.
my opinion.
So my neighbor, I want to cut him open because he tastes like bacon, and it's so
Dude,
good.
is it
Yeah.
awesome?
Is that morally acceptable in your eyes?
That depends. Are you sharing or are you hogging it for yourself?
Well, I'll share it. Yeah, I'll share.
Fuck it, let's do it.
So joke aside, though, right? Like,
All
real.
jokes aside, no, I'm opposed to eating people.
right. And why is
But-
that?
Because they're still people, and I know I don't really have an argument in this regard.
So what
because-
is it? That's fine. We can just talk through it. I don't really care to argue with people. So if you're like,
Well, I don't really have a strong stance like a counter
fine.
to what you're saying, man. Because
I can at least walk you through why I'm here and like the purpose of this live, right? So why is it that we respect other humans? Like, why do we care about what happens to them?
I honestly, personally, put humans at the same level as animals.
Okay.
So if in a situation which, like for instance, like you were saying about someone's dog kicking the dog for entertainment or whatever, right? If someone's dog were to come and attack me, I would have no problem putting that dog down.
Sure.
If a
Yeah,
person
self-defense.
came and attacked me, I'd have no problem putting that dog down. If there's ever an instance in which a dog does something or any animal does something and a human also does that same thing, I think the punishment's the same.
Yeah.
Because
Okay. So what I would ask you then is, why are you only eating animals and not people then?
I don't know. I just find maybe it would be weird to eat people.
Okay.
Like,
Could I
personally?
offer an answer?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
So from what I'm understanding, it seems like most people care about other people because they relate with them, right? You can kind of see yourself in them. You see another human that kind of look like you, and you know that yourself, only you know that you're having a subjective experience, right? You can't really know for sure what anyone else is experiencing. You just know what's going on in here, right? Yeah. So if you walk through life and you expect that people should respect you, right? The fact that you're your own person, that you are having a subjective experience and that you prefer to avoid harm, these are all things that sentient beings share, then shouldn't you reflect that same respect to all beings that have that same capacity?
Well, I don't necessarily believe that most people respect anyone or anything for that matter.
Sure, but what about you?
The what?
But what about you?
Me specifically?
Yeah.
Like, do I respect people?
Well, so what I'm asking, I offered you an answer, is the reason why that's okay, is the reason why you respect other humans because you can relate with them, and if you were them, you would want to be respected?
No, I don't. I give people the respect they give me at first. After that, they're worth less than shit.
Okay, but what about people you've never met before
I
and they're
give them the
walking by
same
you?
base. Give them the same base level of respect as I would give any
That's
animal in the wild.
so
That
that's what
base
I'm
level of
talking about
respect
is
is
that
not violating.
base level respect is not exploiting someone, right? Not interfering with them, right? You don't need to like them or even know them to give them that base respect, right?
Yeah,
Until they come and affect you, right?
yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is when you're going to the store, you're being complicit in you're paying someone to interfere with someone else's life unnecessarily.
Now I agree with what you're saying, but the reality of the situation is I don't go to the store to get my meat because I
Oh,
have my
okay.
own chickens. I have my own cows. I do all of it myself, and it is a miserable, heart wrenching moment when you have to take the
Right.
life of these animals. But I do a minimum as I can.
Wouldn't it be
You know, I'm not.
preferable if you didn't have to do that and still got everything you
But
wanted?
I love the taste of chicken, and no,
Okay.
and I have
But hear me
yet to
out.
find an alternative for a
Hear me out.
vegan
Hear me
chicken.
out. Would it, don't you agree? It would be preferable, especially for the animals' preferences. They would prefer to live, right? And not be used at all. And wouldn't it be preferable for you to not have to unalive them and still get everything you wanted? Would that not be a preferable world?
Well, in that instance, could you give me an alternative for chicken?
Sure, let's say that you know of your alternatives, right? You figured them out. Wouldn't
No,
it
no,
be
no, no.
prefer?
I'm saying personally.
I want you
Do
to
you
answer my
know?
question and I'll answer yours.
All right, great.
So my question is, wouldn't that world be preferable where you don't have to take their life, but you still get everything that you have right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. So what I'm saying is you care about their welfare. You have other options. You just have to look for them. If you were them, right? How quickly would you want your oppressor to find alternatives?
Obviously, quickly, but
Right. Would you
I've sat
care?
and
Hold
looked
on.
for
I have a little
alternatives.
more. I have a little more to this.
All
So
right, go ahead.
if you were the oppressed, would you want, so let's say you're the oppressed, there's an alternative that exists, but it's only like 90% the same. But it covers everything else, their nutrition needs, but it maybe has a slightly different flavor taste. Would you still want your oppressor to use you because you're like, oh, yeah, that's not perfect yet? Or would you rather they take that slightly less perfect alternative instead of your life? Like, which would you prefer?
I think that goes without saying. I mean, I understand your point, and I agree
Right.
with your point.
Yeah.
But the fact
So
of the
why are
matter is,
you denying mercy, the same mercy that you would be begging for? Why are you denying them that same mercy? Because right now you're the oppressor.
well, I'll say this. It's not necessarily that it's a whole lot more humane, but in my opinion, it's more humane.
Okay.
My chickens, for instance,
You could
chickens live.
be you could be conventionally unalived, you could be humanely unalived, or you could be left alone. What would you
I
prefer?
understand that. Okay, I understand
Okay,
that.
so
But
the
if you're gonna
options are currently here right now. Do you have a grocery store near you?
I do, but
Okay.
I've answered a whole lot of your questions, and every time
Okay.
I try to ask my question, you
All
divert.
right, go ahead.
All right. So you were saying about the issue about how, oh, wouldn't I rather not have to take the life of this animal? Obviously, I would rather not have to take the life of anything. But the fact of the matter is, I have yet to find an alternative. And yes, I know that's not perfect for everything, but in my opinion, chickens last so many years, right? So say a chicken lasts
8,
10 years.
yeah,
Okay.
8 to 10
I'm
years.
just I'm just figured because 10's an easy number, right? So chicken dies after 10 years. Why
That's not
can't
what
I?
happens.
No,
Go ahead, sorry.
okay, so how does a chicken die then? If it reaches 10 years old, how does it?
So most chickens are unalived at 6 weeks.
No, no, okay, no. I'm saying if there were wild chickens at 10 max age, what happens to them? They don't get killed off; they
Wild
die.
chickens? You
I'm
have
saying
wild chickens near
hypothetically.
you? I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
hypothetically.
I don't know. I just know that we've taken wild chickens out of the jungles. We've handicapped them by making them lay eggs every other day. They used to only lay 13 eggs a year, and now they lay almost 300. Right?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
not fair. their
I got
bodies
that. I have some of the highest
and if
producing
they're meat
eggs.
chickens, we've bred them so that they overproduce their body weight, so that even if they were out in the wild, they would be easy pickings for any predator out there. So we've handicapped
Okay.
these animals. So
I understand what you're saying,
if
but
you have chickens, if you
to
have
my
chick
point though, because I wasn't
you
finished
don't
yet.
have wild chickens. How often do your
I'm
chickens
not
lay
saying
eggs?
I have wild chickens.
Okay. Well, I just want to be clear. I'm only here to talk about your situation.
I
Talking
know, I'm
about
trying to
some
clarify that with you,
fringe
but
case
you're
that
not
you're not a.
allowing me to. You keep cutting me off and going into a point, and I'm trying to get the point across to you.
I don't think you have a point. I think you're just
I
trying to
do have a
say
point. I'm
in this.
trying to.
Hush,
You're not letting me.
hush, 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 hush. If you just stop for a second, it sounds to me, let me reiterate what I'm hearing, and if I'm wrong, you can correct me. What I'm hearing is you're talking about what if you have a wild chicken that just happens to lay an egg? Is that moral to take that egg? And I would say no, because you're still viewing that individual as a resource. If you were in some survival situation, I don't care. But if you're in a day-to-day life where you have all your needs met, there's no reason for you to eat that egg. And you're just seeing it as a resource. It's like you're walking that line of I can take whatever I want from you because you're lesser than me. You know, it's a might makes right situation.
All right. Well, can I comment now?
Yes.
All right. That is absolutely not what I was getting at.
Okay, go for it.
The point of me asking about a hypothetical chicken, being wild anyway, was if a chicken were to reach maximum life expectancy, how does it die? It doesn't just get fucking killed off. It dies. Like every other thing, at a certain
Okay.
point, it will die. Okay?
The
I'm
chickens,
just
you're making a false dichotomy though.
okay. I'm just trying to get a point across.
It's not either factory farming or wild. It's
Okay.
either factory
I
farming or
understand that.
non-existence.
I'm just saying in a hypothetical situation in which a chicken was free to live its entire life, untouched by people. Okay?
What's the point of this? Can
Well,
you get to
if
your
you
point?
would ever let me finish,
Let's
I
go
would
then.
get
Let's
to the
go.
point.
Let's
You're
go.
going
Let's
to cut me
go. I'm
off.
going to give you 5 seconds if you don't get to your point. 5.
Fucking 5 seconds. Okay, so this chicken, would it die or would someone kill it once it reaches its life expectancy?
A wild chicken.
I'm a hypothetical wild chicken.
Yeah. There's a chance
Okay.
that they don't get preyed upon.
Okay, so it dies at 10 years. It is its life expectancy. So in
Okay.
my situation, if this chicken lasts to 10 years old, at the age of 9, roughly, it's almost to the point in which it's going to die off anyway. It's essentially at that point a mercy killing. You kill the animal, then you use
Why
that
don't we do this to old
resource.
people?
I honestly, personally, I don't have a problem with doing it to old people. I would personally rather see people get euthanized.
All right. Once we cross the line that you don't understand human rights, we're done here. That's really sad, dude. Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry. It keeps putting you at the bottom.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just couldn't mute myself, so I dropped down to see if I could do it now. But yeah, you can do it now.
I don't know what's wrong with TikTok. It's crazy.
I don't know.
Well,
So weird.
anyway, yeah, that guy just admitted that
I'm
it's
a bad mod. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. That's funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious. People just want to cry about anything.
Yeah, exactly like that
Yeah.
man with the man beard. He's
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah.
man because he's got a beard.
Yeah, he
He's
just
got a
said
beard.
he has no problem with us as humans unaliving our elderly. His
Huh.
moral justification for unaliving a chicken was I wait, or he's giving a hypothetical of a wild chicken. And like
Yeah.
he already admitted this is not his situation. So he's just trying to say, what of this extreme situation that doesn't exist? Is it allowed then? And he's saying if
Yeah.
a chicken is going to naturally unalive at 10, wouldn't it be okay and moral for me to off them at 9? And I wanted to get to I asked him, like, should we do this to old people? And he's like, I have no problem with this. It's like, would he, at the age 80, like to be pew-pewed? Or would he like to get everything he can out of life?
Right.
You know? And I don't think he
That's
understands.
true.
I even told him, though, most chickens are unalived at 6 weeks. They're not even given their full life.
Right. Oh no, they're unalived very young.
Yeah. And if it truly was a mercy unaliving, then I wouldn't consume their body because they're breaking down, right? That means that there's something wrong. That doesn't mean
Right.
they're safe to consume.
Right.
So anyway,
Exactly.
the point is though, it's a sentient being. They don't even want to be used. Like you can eat something else. He admitted he has a grocery store, and all he said was that the alternatives are just not good enough. And I even gave him a scenario where if he was the victim and there was an alternative to his body that was like 90% the same flavor, wouldn't he want his oppressors to take that alternative? And he said, obviously, yes. And I was like,
Wow.
you're the oppressor right now. You're doing that right now. And he's like, yeah, but I
Right.
just like their flavor. It's like, oh, this is where you're a
Yeah.
hypocrite.
Yeah, you can't get through to people like that.
Yeah. He'll die on
Not
that hill, I
even-
guess.
No, it's all that hair on his face. It's taken away from his brain.
I think what people forget is that when they make these exceptions, they're being logically inconsistent, which opens the door to arbitrary, harmful discrimination. That means I can pick any trait of someone else that I deem lesser than me, right? Not based off of evidence, but based off of whatever I think is lesser. And I can dominate them because they're lesser, you know?
Yeah.
They're weaker, they're smaller, they're dumber, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what really frustrates me. They
Oh,
themselves
no,
are
no,
like,
yeah.
they're like arguing against their own, what's the word? Arguing against themselves, right? They're arguing against discrimination of themselves.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, let's see. E46.
Hello?
Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 21.
Okay. How do you morally justify your animal use?
So the way that I would justify it is looking at nature and other people around me. Not other people around me, but other animals within our ecosystem. Would a bear sit there and think about ethics and morals and, pretty much everything along those lines?
I mean, if they were given the time and the luxury to practice morality, then yeah, probably. But they're out in the
No.
wild. Okay, do you have evidence? Do you have
They
evidence
don't.
of this?
Scientifically, they don't hold the same exact gray matter.
Okay,
that,
saying
humans do.
scientifically doesn't make it scientific. You need to actually name some kind of study or observation.
Yes,
Like you
they
can
do not
see,
have.
you can see animals taken out of fight or flight mode. Dogs, for example, right? They were once wolves. They can have morality. They care about those that are caring for them, right? We have
That's
studies.
evolutionary psychology.
We actually have studies where we release a mouse and there's a mouse that's trapped. And the mouse has the option to either eat all the treats themselves, little chocolate chips, or they open the cage to release the other mouse to share the chips. And 60% of the time, which is on par with humans, they release the other mouse and they share the treats. So we do know that they have some kind of empathy for each other, but they're called moral patients. They don't necessarily understand the complexities of morality like a moral agent, like you and me. You and I can weigh out what's right and wrong, and we understand that there's different weight to different situations, right? So that's the difference. We have a choice, we have options, and we have time and luxury. They don't have options, and they're not given the luxury of practicing morality. So to use them as your moral guiding star is illogical.
No, it's not illogical.
It's illogical because you're cherry picking what they do. Because out in nature, the animals will infanticide. They'll eat other babies because it's competition. Do you think you can go into court and say, well, wild animals do it? Do you think the judges would accept that?
Under your circumstances,
No. You need to answer my question. Would a judge accept that? I ate my baby because they were too small. Lions do it.
Sorry, my phone went on mute for a moment.
I eat my baby because they're too small. Lions do it. Is the judge going to accept that?
The lion doesn't have a judge.
I'm not talking about, I did it. Okay. So
Yeah,
is it
you're
moral
talking
for me
about
to
under
commit
those
infanticide?
circumstances.
Is it moral for me to unalive babies because they're too small?
Your ancestors did it.
So you can't answer my question? Are you this cowardly? You can't
No,
think. You
I'm
can't
just
think for
as
yourself.
intelligent
Is
still,
it
and,
moral? Is
you
it
don't give somebody
moral?
else-
Is
yeah.
it moral for me to unalive babies because they're too small? Yes or no?
Moral, no.
Thank you. It is not
Under all
moral.
circumstances.
So you using the example that animals do it, therefore it's moral, is illogical.
That's not illogical. That's under your social
Okay.
circumstances.
You don't understand logic. We're going to move on. You're not tracking.
No.
Yeah, that was silly. Hey, Beans, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm
No.
sorry. If
No
you genuinely, yeah, no beans.
No.
If you have a genuine question, you can put it in the chat. All right. XX? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry.
Hello?
Hey, what can I call you?
Just call me. My name is Ari. Just call me Ari.
Ari? Okay. And then are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Right on. So how do you morally justify your animal use?
So I was raised vegan actually, and I will answer your question, but I was wondering if you could just answer a question for me first. I have a statement and a question actually, if that's okay.
If it's a clarifying question, yes, but otherwise I want you to answer my question first and then I'll answer yours.
Okay, so how do you mean justify? Like, are we talking like a moral compass type of justifying? Like,
Yeah, your own
person to
moral
person?
reason. Yeah, just you.
I don't think that again, I was like raised vegan all of my life. I just recently started eating meat. I don't think that it is moral at all. But I think that people eating animals is always going to be a socially accepted thing, and it will never
I'm not
be
talking about
something
that.
that's abnormal.
Just you.
I don't justify it. I don't think that I'm a good person for doing it. I know I'm not. I know everything that happens in factory farms is terrible. I know it's terrible how the animals are treated, but I think that justifying every person or saying that every person who eats meat is a terrible person just because that's how they were raised, and that's how they were.
I was raised
brought up.
most of my life using animals. I used to make fun of vegetarians. So I was definitely someone that I didn't think was going to recognize what I recognize now. But I think anybody can change. I think we all have good and evil in us. And I think that even a good person can do bad things. And I think that a rational person will recognize that they're doing something harmful to someone and do their best to avoid doing so. I think most rational people would do that.
That's fair enough. I just my biggest question that I had for you this whole time was so factory farming is bad because it abuses animals, but a good majority of the plant-based alternatives are made of soy and or soy byproducts. And I was just wondering how you justify the mass deforestation of like massive plots of land and like the killing of small rodents and birds and things so that the massive plots of soy can be laid so that your plant-based alternatives can be made, because there's definitely still a lot of exploitation that goes into growing soy to make your plant-based products as well.
Okay,
And
so
a lot of animals still die for that.
Okay, so exploitation means to use someone unfairly for your benefit. So one,
Yes.
I'm not requesting that wild animals get lost in these fields and be unalived. I'm demanding a plant food. So it would be preferable actually if they could not unalive animals, but I don't have that option to request that. Second of all, there's incidental and intentional, right? Incidental, it's not something aimed for. Like farmers aren't like, oh, I wonder how many animals I'll be able to mix into the crops today, right? It's something that just happens to happen. And it would be preferable, even from the farmers who are not vegan, if they didn't have to deal with crop deaths, right? They would prefer to not have to deal with those animals. So it's incidental. Vegans understand self-defense. If I need to protect my food, I will do so, right? I don't care who you are, human or animal. It's okay for us to protect our food. We can improve, though, how we do crop farming to prevent and reduce to nothing, right? We can improve how we grow crops. You cannot.
We can also improve how we operate our factory farms.
You cannot remove the oppression from using animals. Do you recognize that animals are sentient?
Your soy byproducts, and I'm just like curious how like the small.
The other part of this, you need to look up. Calm down. I'm going to answer you. The issue with soy, who eats most of the soy?
The vegans and also small animals.
Okay, you need to go do research because 80% of the soy is fed to animals.
Yeah, soy is fed to
80. 80. 80% of soy. So there's a study that you should go read called Reducing Food's Environmental Impact Through Producers and Consumers. They go over thousands of farms in hundreds of countries. We are currently dedicating 83% of our agricultural land to raising animals and their food. If we stopped animal agriculture, we could reduce our agricultural land use by 75%, and at the same time feed 10 billion people. We're only at 8 billion right now, and we have starving children, right? Because countries are focusing on growing soy and grains to feed animals. So that should show you, right? And that's including factory farming. Factory farming came out of small farming because small farming is not efficient. It takes more time to grow the animal. It takes more resources, more water, more land. So right now, 83% of our land is dedicated to this, including factory farming, which is actually better for the environment compared to small farms. And if we were to remove factory farming and just have all these big farms, we'd make even fewer animals, right? It
I
wouldn't be
understand what you're
efficient.
saying. I completely get your point, but I
83% of our land,
overarching
okay,
point-
let me put it this way. So 83% of our land dedicated to animals, they only provide us 18% of our calories. So we're wasting 83% of our land for 18% of our calories when we're getting we're getting the rest of it from plants. And we only need a fraction of our agricultural land to feed everyone. So really, this is colonialism. You're taking from poorer countries to feed animals so you can feed people in the West animal flesh.
Could I speak, please? I'm sorry. Like I haven't been able to speak in a little bit.
I just want to be clear, though. Your crop deaths argument is any issue
No,
with
that's
crops.
that's not at all what I was
Hold
arguing
on.
about.
I want you to concede. I just need you to concede. Any issue with crop farming is compounded by using animals. I just needed to make that clear for you. Can you please concede that using animals is inefficient? Please concede that using animals is inefficient.
If you will let me continue what I was saying, then I'll
Can
agree
you
with you.
please concede
Sure,
first?
I will.
Okay.
I will concede, but that doesn't take away from me questioning your morality because I'm assuming you also eat soy products. Yes, like you eat soy products. I'm assuming you eat plant-based alternatives.
How much of the soy?
Can I please just
I mean,
talk, please?
you just have a misunderstanding. You even said you thought most vegans were eating the soy. It's less than like 10% is fed to humans.
I'm doubting that he was born a vegan. I'm doubting it just by the stuff he's saying.
No, I was raised vegan my entire life. Like my parents are both
you
hardcore
don't
vegans,
need to
but
eat soy. You do not
ma'am,
need to eat
I'm
soy.
literally all that I'm doing is questioning your morals just because
My morals are I don't want to demand someone be born into existence for me to use. That's what veganism is. I'm not demanding animals that are being wiped out by soy. I'm asking for beans. I'm not asking for crop deaths. Do you see the difference? When you demand animal when you demand animal products, you're literally demanding someone have their throat slit. You're literally demanding someone have their family stolen. You can't improve that.
When they clear out farmland, they still murder small animals.
What do you think they do for pasture?
You are still exploiting animals when you
What do you think they do for pasture land? You don't think they wipe it out? Literally,
can you stop muting my mic and let me talk?
No, because you're an idiot. I'm going to move on.
You are still exploiting
Yeah. I don't believe he was vegan at all because if he was, he would have had that morality instilled in him by his parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not understanding that any issue with crops is compounded, made worse. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
When you use animals, any issue with crops is made worse because the animals eat more plants than you do. So if I have to morally justify the crop deaths, you have to morally justify the animal that you're unaliving and the crop deaths.
And the crop deaths, exactly. Yep.
I don't understand.
I don't believe he was vegan. I don't believe he was vegan at all.
Yeah, like I'm vegan. Maybe it's because we didn't define veganism. Veganism is a principled stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. Animals dying in crop deaths, that's not exploitation. That's self-defense. They're defending our food. There is a difference. And If you can't see that, you're wearing your blinders because you want to lick the inside of someone without their consent. And you're not listening to what you're saying.
Right.
Or you're not listening to what's being said to you.
And he would have known all this. He would have known all
Yeah,
this.
if your family was vegan, they're not vegan. If anything, they're maybe plant-based. Maybe you weren't eating animals. Yeah, you still see them as a resource.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Ben. 90 billion animals. 90 billion animals eat way more than 8 billion humans. Like, listen to those numbers. He did not want to, though. He just wanted to really hammer home that I'm responsible for soy crop deaths.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe he was vegan.
Yeah,
Just because
that's silly. If your parents are vegan, why don't you go ask them that question?
Yeah, and why they're still vegan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Silly. Okay.
Nice try, though. Nice try.
It was. I thought we were going somewhere, but he just.
Yeah.
He did not. He even admitted. I got him to concede that using animals is inefficient, and he still didn't understand. It's like, well, you're compounding any issue you bring up. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling, but it just irritates me. Like,
I know.
Especially someone going from vegan to non-vegan. That is so disappointing.
Yeah.
If that was true. Yeah.
You got a lot of people.
Let's bring them up.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I clicked on someone.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Well,
if I'm ever yapping, you can throw someone at me.
Oh, okay. Just let me know.
Yeah. Traders?
Yeah, you can call me Dylan.
Dylan? Okay, Dylan. Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Awesome. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Because humans and animals aren't held to the same standard in society. I'd like to bring up the point you made about the lion killing its baby. Okay. Why don't we go catch the lion and put it in jail?
Oh, my point was that lions are moral patients. They don't necessarily understand what's moral. They don't have that time or luxury to learn about it and practice.
Right, so that's why we put humans above animals, and that's why killing the animals for food for humans is justified.
No, it's not.
Okay, can you explain why?
To like morally compare.
Never justified.
Whoa, wait a second.
Well, we got two people.
I don't know how he came in.
Do. I don't know.
I don't know how Herm came in.
All right, Herm, are you willing to stay on mute? I will talk to you next if you want. Otherwise, we'll just drop you. I just don't. I just want to talk to one person. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, traders. Say what you were saying again.
Okay, I just want to ask, why do you rank humans and animals equally?
I wouldn't say that they're equal. I'd say we're all different, right? You and I even have extreme differences. I'm saying that we're similar in the ways that count, and in that perspective, we're morally the same. We're all having a subjective experience. We all care what happens to us, right? This is our universe. We have the capacity to feel joy or suffering, and we want that respected in us, regardless of our intelligence, our morality, or what we give back to society, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, if we demand that, we don't have to have a conversation with everyone about it, right? I don't want to have to talk to other moral agents about, hey, this is my morality. They should just know that I'm a sentient being that wants respect and deserves it.
Okay. I mean that's a fair point.
Yeah. So if I demand that, I should reflect that same respect to other beings that have the ability to have a subjective experience, weigh out what they prefer. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And yeah, I mean, my moral justification is that they're not ranked equally, and animals are being a sustainable food source for a human society. So I think it's justified to use them as that food source if it's a sustainable method.
So do you
agree?
agree?
It's not sustainable.
It is not.
But it's been sustained since the creation of humanity. Humans, cavemen have eaten animals. Our early ancestors ate animals. Every society and civilization has eaten animals.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we did in the past. Right now, we know that we don't need them.
You're arguing that it's not sustainable, so it is sustainable. How is it not?
Because of everything that's happening with the environment, with the air, with the water, it's not sustainable. It's taking up too much. And they're just making more and more and more land. It's just not gonna work. anymore, and science says that.
Okay, can you cite some kind of specific study that shows that?
Yeah. It's called Reducing Food's Environmental Impact Through Producers and Consumers.
Okay, and what does it say exactly? That
It says that we're using 83% of our agricultural land to raise animals and their food, and they're only giving us 18% of our calories.
so humans as a whole only consume protein as 18, well not protein, but animals as 18% of their diet.
Yeah, it's only giving us 18% of our total global calories.
I mean, that's probably on par with what's been throughout history.
So what we're saying is if that's highly inefficient. We're dedicating 83% of our land to only get 18% of our calories. Plants are much more efficient. We could feed 10 billion people. This is in the same study. We could feed 10 billion people on a plant-based planet and reduce our ag land use. So that means grow fewer crops. That's the land equivalent size, I believe, America and Brazil combined, if not more land, that we don't need to use anymore. We could rewild it, give it back to the original stewards, whatever. We could have room for humans to grow and live, right? But we're dedicating it for animal ag, and then we're encroaching in on wildlife and wiping out what tiny natural world we have left just so that we can lick someone's insides.
So in theory, I mean, that sounds like a good solution, but until it's put in practice, I don't see.
So how do we get there?
Collectively, as a global human population, we'd have to
And
all
how do we do that?
agree. I don't know. That's impossible.
One person at a time. That's how we make change in any movement. We just talk to each other.
Well, I mean, so in a world where that was a real solution, I would support eating animals. I mean, not eating animals, eating a vegan diet.
So what's stopping you right now from living the world you want to see?
I mean, that's a good question, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I know it's hard because we have like social situations, and I know there's taste pleasure. Like vegans don't go vegan because they don't like flavor. They go vegan because they recognize the atrocity, and they're like, oh, the flavor is just not worth stealing someone's entire existence. And
see, that's where we disagree. So I would support a vegan diet as a sustainable resource for diet, but I do not agree that animals are above plants. I mean, plants are above animals as a food source.
Oh, so what I'm saying is that, I mean, you can be healthy using animals. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the animals want to live. They want to avoid harm. And all sentient beings don't want to be exploited. They want to be free.
I'm sure they do, but
yeah,
the moral hierarchy of humans above animals, and you're putting plants above animals. You don't agree with that hierarchy at all?
Wait, say it one more time. I don't know if I understood what you said.
Humans are above animals.
Okay, so we are the dominant. We're like dominating them for sure, but that doesn't mean that we're better. Like
okay, but plants.
The only
are better than
reason that you think humans are better is because you're a human, right? Like you have a bias to your group because that's who you are. But what I'm saying, that doesn't matter. It's not about who you're related to. It's not about your abilities, right? Are you able to give back to society or reflect morality? It's not about that. We care about other humans because we care about their sentience. We care that they're experiencing life and making preferences and want to avoid harm. That's what we care about in humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm saying is animals have the exact same qualifiers.
Except they don't contribute to our society.
We have humans that don't contribute to society. That's my point. So we still respect humans that are like completely just sentient, let's say. No sapience at all. All they do is exist. They have some joys, right? They maybe play with some toys or something, make preferences, but they're not, they don't think about thoughts. They don't maybe recognize themselves in a mirror. Would you say it's then okay to exploit that human?
No.
Right, I agree with you.
Humans, are you talking about like a brain dead patient?
Not brain dead, because animals are actually quite intelligent. I'm saying a human that is just lower cognition, like that of a 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Is it morally acceptable for me to exploit them?
Obviously not.
Right. And why?
because they have the what's the word? So like
They have a subjective experience. That's why.
that's not what I'm saying. So they have an ability to increase cognition
Okay,
and be
so
a
I'm breeding babies that will never make it to adulthood. They just can't do it. And they have the cognition that will never go past a 3 or 4-year-old. Is it moral for me to exploit those babies for bacon?
that's a unrealistic hypothetical because
No, it's not.
that you can't just breed babies that don't have cognitive abilities.
You can. It's a trait.
But it's an accident sometimes, but you don't do it intentionally.
I do it. I'm doing it intentionally. I've found the trait and I've been able to replicate it in multiple babies so that
Okay, well, I
they're
would
not
say
aware.
that's an immoral act to
I agree.
purposely reproduce babies that have low cognition.
I agree. So, do you know what domestication is?
You can elaborate.
So, we've literally taken animals that were intelligent, living on their own out in the wild, and we bred out a lot of their intelligence and resistance because it makes them easier to deal with. Does that sound fair to the animal?
No, that does not.
So all the animals that we use, that's what we've done to them. We've made babies that will not be able to ever defend themselves because we've robbed them of their natural tendencies.
Okay,
We've made
but
them be born handicapped.
I don't put an animal's cognition as the standard for whether they should be food or not.
Okay, so why is it acceptable to farm animals but not the babies that I described?
Because we don't eat humans.
I do.
Well, that's immoral for you to eat humans.
Okay, I agree with you. Why?
I don't know why. Just
That's
because
fine.
we don't
Okay,
eat
this
people.
is something that most people don't think about. That's fair. And you know what? I really want to give you your kudos for saying I don't know, because that's a big thing. A lot of people just they'll start coming up with crazy excuses, and then it's just goes to crazy town. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you saying like I don't know. The reason why that we now I forgot my point. Say what I said again. Can you repeat it to me? I just had a brain
I
fart.
said I don't know why we don't eat humans.
Oh, right, yeah. Because they're sentient. They're having an experience. And if we were them, we would not want to be the food, right? Even low cognition, like let's say you get bumped on the head and you are no longer sapient. I hope it never happens to you. It happens sometimes, though. If you get bonked on the head and you lose your sapience, which means being able to think about thoughts, but you're still sentient, you still find things that you enjoy, should we respect you, or is it okay for us to exploit you?
I mean, I would say respect, obviously.
Yeah, so you want to be respected. And that's why I say when we see other humans, the reason why we respect them is because we know we're having a subjective experience. And, we know that we want to be respected. And if we want that, then we have an obligation to respect that other human that may be vulnerable to us. And I'm saying that the qualifiers for that human are the same as the animals. The animals just have a different shaped body and they have different nations. That's it.
Yeah, but they don't contribute to
Again, the babies
society
that
as a
I'm
whole.
breeding into existence don't contribute to anything but my bacon.
Why does it matter so much that they don't contribute? What does it matter? It doesn't matter that
Because
they
when
don't.
we're comparing food sources, plants and animals should be equal because neither one actually contributes to our human civilization.
Based
Well,
on that
plants
logic,
do. Plants do.
based on that logic though,
Yeah.
you're saying we could easily put those humans I described because they're not giving back to society. Those babies I described, never going to make it to adulthood, and they're always going to be the cognition of a 4-year-old or less. So based on your logic, it's okay what I'm doing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but again, I would say that the person producing those babies would be immoral for doing that intentionally because naturally that's an accident. Nobody does that on purpose.
Okay, the same thing with the animals, though. That's what I'm saying. There is no morally relevant difference. The animals, they want to avoid harm. The babies I'm talking about, they also want to avoid harm. The animals look forward to things and want to continue making preferences. The babies that I described, same thing. Does it matter that they're not going to make it to adulthood? No. They want to live as long as they can and keep doing
Yeah, but
whatever they want to do. And I'm just
even as a
saying,
4-year-old baby,
if-
they have more cognitive abilities than a chicken.
a lot of the animals we use are actually compared to 4-year-olds. Like cows and pigs, they're actually compared to our toddlers as far as their cognition goes.
What about speech? Speech is part of
I mean,
cognition,
so they're
and I don't know
actually
any animals
studying
that
this.
don't.
They're using AI to listen to them because we don't know how to communicate with them. So AI is starting to pick up on some of these patterns that they have. And yeah, they do also have languages. They're just much more simple.
Right.
Okay, I mean, fair point. If that's true, I mean, I don't know
Yeah, go
any.
look it up. Definitely go look it up. There's mainly they're focusing on like whales, but they do have some. They have done some studies with cows too, and they found that cows actually talk to each other.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so why don't you eat eggs? That's a question I had.
That's fair. So chickens are a little more hidden, right? Because you often will go to a farm, you might see them out on the grass, and that seems like they're happy. But they came from what's called the red jungle fowl, and we stole them from their home, and we made them mate with someone they wouldn't normally mate with to make a deformed baby, and a baby that would produce more eggs. And we kept doing that, kept forcing two individuals to mate with each other when they didn't want to, until we had the baby that was ideal for us to enslave. So first off, domestication, terrible. Once they're already here, if you buy chickens from somewhere or you get them from a farm, right, you're demanding that another one of those individuals be born into existence with this handicap to always forever carry this weight in their gut that they have to drop every few days. The jungle fowl only laid like 13 eggs a year, and now they're laying 100 to 300 eggs a year. You know, that's a huge toll on their bodies. It takes 10% of their calcium every time they drop an egg, so it's not in their benefit to do this to them. On top of that, when you get chickens, you're going to get female chickens. Where are all the males? When you go to the hatchery, they separate them. Females go down one chute and the males go down the other. The males, because they're not useful or profitable, they go into what's called a macerator on their first day of life, fully conscious. Every day they do this. It's like 7 billion a year they blend up. Baby chicks, little fluffy peeping chicks that are just so adorable, blended into a mush.
Okay, so on that point that you made about the chickens being domestically abused, basically, you say that animals are held, or not in your mind, humans are higher than animals as a hierarchy, but then you hold animals to the same standard that you hold humans. Why?
No, I'm not saying I'm not holding them to the same standard. I'm saying that morally speaking, we matter the same as far as when it comes to exploitation and oppression. We all want to live free. We all sentient beings, we all want to avoid harm. We all want to continue living. Everything that happens to us means everything to us. That's what I'm saying. I'm recognizing our similarities and that those are the things that matter the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I care about their capacity to suffer, and I don't want to be the cause of it. If I can avoid it, I will.
Okay, yeah.
So
Fair point.
what's stopping you from living a life without demanding someone else's oppression?
Well, I could, obviously. Everybody can. It is a choice for everyone. But I do, like everybody else that you've had on here so far said, I do enjoy the taste, and there are vitamins that you get from animals that you cannot get from plants.
Can you name one?
Yeah, B12.
Okay, so B12 doesn't even come from animal products.
The big one, B12.
Yeah, B12 comes from bacteria from the soil.
Right.
And we've actually, through sanitizing, we've actually destroyed the bacteria in the soil. So the animals that you use are actually supplemented. Either they put cobalt in the dirt, that's how the cows get it, or they just straight up inject them. So either it's like you're filtering your vitamins through someone's body is what we're talking about.
I'm not going to eat dirt.
Oh, so I would... Go ahead, Helen.
As a large animal vet tech, I'd love to address that.
Please, yes, do.
So there's a disease called
Who's
polio.
speaking?
There's a disease called polio, ruminant polio, not to be confused with human polio. And it's a complete absence of vitamin B and thiamine in the ruminants. It didn't used to be common, but it's more and more common all the time now because there's no longer nutrients in the soil that the animals need to be healthy. That is a death sentence if not caught quickly. And it's cured by injecting them with prescription strength thiamine and vitamin B. And that's the only way to cure that animal. It used to be when I got into the business, it used to be that we would see maybe 2 or 3 of those a year. We see 2 or 3 of those a week now. It's that common. And then there's selenium. Selenium is a nutrient that's required for all pregnant ruminants, whether it's a ewe, a doe, a heifer, a cow, any of those, it's required. And without that, and it's really easy to do, you can give them a shot once a year called BOC, which is just basically selenium mixed with vitamin E, because the ruminant's body uptakes the selenium better with vitamin E. So you can give them a shot, but you can supplement them with the other supplements. But without it, the baby and the ewe or the doe or the cow is deficient in selenium. That baby is born with what we call WMD, white muscle disease, and it is a death sentence for that baby. There's literally no chance to save that baby from that disease, and it's a debilitating, horrible disease. We put down so many babies that are in the first day or second day of their life because the farmer couldn't be bothered to supplement them with selenium.
I didn't know. I knew about the supplementation, but that, there was a lot of details in there I did not know.
Well, there's so many out there like that, right? I mean, as a farm animal sanctuary, I have 11 different species here. And like copper, just copper. You think copper, well, is that in the soil? Well, it used to be, but it's no longer in the soil. Without copper, the goat will lose all of its hair. It will become sickly. It will be able to not uptake its food. But then if you supplement that and you put it in the soil and you graze sheep, it's toxic to sheep. It will kill that sheep. So you can't just put that stuff in the soil. You have to supplement the animal individually.
Right.
All right, so I don't remember what your name was. It's not
Dylan.
Traders. Dylan, thank you, Dylan. So with that in mind, what now justifies using animals here on forward? I'm not going to hold your past against you, but what's stopping you from moving forward from this conversation and living vegan?
Yeah, still the same thing. I don't want to eat dirt. I don't want to take supplements, and I still want to get essential
You
nutrition.
don't have to do either. You could still get B12 from whole food sources. Like there's duckweed that has B12 in it. I know mushrooms have it. There's foods that are fortified that have it. Like there's soy milk or tofu even. A lot of vegan meats have B12 added.
Yeah, basically everything we eat is supplemented in some way.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to eating vegan meat. I've eaten vegan meat before, but I don't find the taste that great.
So the question then is just taste pleasure, right? Because what we're
At this point, we can agree on that.
Okay. So what I would ask you then is is taste pleasure a moral justification to unalive someone?
Not someone, something.
Okay, so why is it immoral for me to take someone's life for taste pleasure?
Okay, if you're talking about taking life, do you
sentient
disagree
life.
that?
I don't
Okay.
care about non-sentient life.
Okay. So what was your question again?
So why is it immoral then for me to want to eat my neighbor?
We come back to that same point that we talked about earlier, and I don't
Well,
think
because
I really
we're talking about
got
taste pleasure is what I'm trying to get to, right?
Yeah, but
Taste
why?
pleasure.
So I know you said we can't do this, but I would like to bring it up. Why throughout history, our great ancestors, cavemen, everyone has eaten meat, but not humans.
Vegans
We've all eaten
recognize
animals up to this point.
They eat it today. It's not like that today.
Right.
They didn't really eat a lot of meat back then because they didn't have the tools.
That's not true.
They didn't have the tools to catch the animals. They didn't eat meat back then like they do now.
That's not true.
He's actually right. They definitely did not eat to
Yes, it
the way that we do now at all.
Not to the way we do
rarely-
now, but neither did they eat
took-
plants to the way we do now.
It took
They were
so
more-
much energy for them to hunt down an animal. Sorry,
Yeah,
Lori.
they were more gatherers than they were hunters.
But before the early 1000s, we didn't have the agriculture equipment and
Does it matter?
agricultural.
It doesn't matter what we did in the
But-
past, but there is
That's-
evidence.
yeah,
There's growing evidence that's coming out now that they're finding our ancestors ate a lot more plants than we thought, because when in the past, we didn't have the tools to study our ancestors very clearly. Bones last longer than plant material as far as fossilization. So they weren't able to see all the plant materials that were around the fires. They're now starting to see it in their teeth and in their guts. They're able to find our ancestors ate actually a lot more plants than we thought. And our closest relatives are frugivores. So it doesn't really matter, again, what our history is. If you really want to go back there, we can talk about it, but it has nothing to do with the morality right now. As Lori already pointed out, we have evidence that today we can thrive on a plant-based diet. So if we can do that, what morally justifies putting an emotional being through a system that we wouldn't even put our worst humans through?
Not to mention we are
Question I have too.
we've selectively and genetically modified every single one of these animals to their detriment and our benefit.
That's a question I have too, though. Why do we hold humans to a higher standard than animals? And why has that been since the creation of humanity?
It's a bias. It's a bias. We have this natural inclination to stay with those that look like us. That's a bias that humans have, and we have to, as moral agents, look beyond that, right? It's not about in-group. That's fear. We need to be above that and go, oh, everyone has the capacity to suffer. I'm going to respect that. I'm not just going to only respect who's in my group, right?
Okay, if you were stranded on a desert.
No, Trads, are you up here to actually understand? Because I feel like you're just going through vegan bingo. Why are you're constantly bringing up survival situations, our ancestors living on a desert island? I've already explained, vegans understand necessity. If I'm on a desert island, I'm not going to if someone's on a desert, I'm not going to hold them to whatever if they're going to survive eating an animal, right? That's not what I'm here for. I'm talking about when you have options, when you go to a grocery store, moving your hand to the beans instead of the animal products. You do have a choice.
Yeah, you're right.
So
That's a valid point. I just want to get your clarification on where you stand with that.
I mean, even someone in those, stranded situations, or people that are living off the land that don't necessarily live how colonial people live, those people, if they don't have access to everything, that's one thing, but you can still have the mindset of a vegan in the sense that you recognize animals are sentient. It doesn't matter your culture or your situation. Anybody can recognize that animals are sentient. And if you were them, you can treat that individual how you would want to be treated, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Like if you were stranded on an island with another human, there could be an argument made for your survival of unaliving that human, right? But that doesn't mean when you come out of that survival situation, it's justified to then demand that humans be systematically oppressed for you.
Right.
Right.
So
and that's all we're trying to say.
Situation you said about people that don't have access to vegan products.
Yeah, they can still be vegan because it's about what they principally want to do. We're not a gang. We're
so
a
if
monolith.
they don't have access to it, or
so let's say I'm in that situation. Let's say I'm in the situation where I don't have access to a fully nutritious vegan diet, right? I would look at every other situation where I do have choice, and I would be like, oh, my cosmetics. I don't need to buy cosmetics that demand someone be tested on. Or my medicine. I don't need to take medicine that was definitely tested on someone until they died. I don't need to go to a circus or a zoo or wherever that they keep animals for me to watch and be entertained, right? I don't need to buy leather or fur. I can use other alternatives. And again, it's about what you want to support. Do you think it's fair to take someone out of their home and rob them of their entire existence just for your, pleasure and entertainment? And if it's about survival, you'll feel bad about it, right? You'll be like, I don't want this done to me, but I also want to live in that extreme situation.
Okay, well,
it's different. Go ahead.
If it's about the mistreatment of animals, what's the opinion on like locally grown and raised products?
Just
like
locally grown slavery. It's the same thing.
No. So my father-in-law has several cows. So if we get milk from those cows are not being abused in any way.
Do you know what goes into dairy? Like, how do you make dairy?
You milk a cow and you pasteurize the milk.
A cow is a mammal, correct?
Yes.
When do mammals produce milk?
Cows produce milk their whole life.
No. Why do cows produce milk? Why
You
do
tell me,
women,
'cause
why
I
do
must not
human
know.
women, why do human women produce milk?
Because they're pregnant and need to feed babies.
Yeah, because they had a baby. That's what dairy cows do too. They only produce milk after giving birth. So where are the babies?
Where are the male cows?
Where are the male cows?
So
Yeah,
if
where
she
are the
has,
male cows?
yeah, if she has a boy cow, where does he go?
Where does he go?
To be butchered eventually.
Yeah, he's only raised for maybe 2 years. Do you know how old cows can get?
No.
They can reach 20 or even 40.
Okay, but no one's still answering my question. We diverted to
So the
pregnant
issue
cows.
with your local farm, I'm trying to break it down for you so you understand. So what happens is the cow has to get pregnant. Who decides if she gets pregnant, the farmer or the cow?
Maybe both.
Who decides who she mates with, the farmer or the cow?
The former.
Right.
Yep.
Do you think that sounds fair?
Probably not to the cow, but
Yeah, exactly. To the cow, it's not fair. And after she's pregnant, after 9 months, we take the baby away because we need the milk. The cow will drink it otherwise.
yeah, but
Is
they
that- is
continue
that-
to produce milk.
Is that fair for the cow? She loses her baby.
No. Okay, so I gave you the situation. My father-in-law has cows.
Yes,
My
this is
father-in-law
what he has to
20
do.
cows.
This is what he has to do.
This is not what he does. He does not take the babies away.
What do you mean?
The babies are not taken away.
Yes, they are.
They are.
Okay.
If they weren't, then your uncle or your whoever's a farm they would be over, like there would be so many male cows they wouldn't be able to
Yeah, it'd be
do
too
that.
expensive. Cows are expensive to take care of.
Yeah, they're expensive, but they're not taken away until they're adult cows or adolescent cows.
That's not true. Are you sure it's a dairy farm? Because that's something they do with
It's not
beef.
a dairy farm. It is just
Beef
a
cows.
cow pasture. It is just a pasture with 20 cows on it.
Are
It
they
is
for
not
meat
used
or are they for
specifically
dairy?
It
Okay.
is used to produce dairy and beef for his
Okay.
household.
Dairy cows, you have to remove the babies. The beef cows, they leave the babies with them because they don't care about the milk.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
so
maybe he
for
has
the
both.
dairy cow, her babies are removed. Is that fair for her?
Fair to who?
The cow.
Mother cow. Do you
I
know
mean-
do you know what they do? What the female cows do when their babies are taken from them? And I'm sure
What's that?
Miss Helen can answer this because she is a.
Every female mammal produces a hormone when they're pregnant, oxytocin, and it literally gets them, it kicks their motherly instincts into overdrive to protect that baby at all cost, to protect their life if need be. And humans produce that, and so does every single mammal. So that cow has carried that baby this whole time. There is evidence that they communicate with that baby just like human mothers communicate with that baby. They talk to them, not English language, but their own language. And then when that baby's born, there's only so much milk that mother cow has, so they don't want the baby to bond with the mother, and they want the milk, so that baby is taken away. And yes, all these people will say, well, that mother willingly walks to get milked. She does, because imagine a mother who has, as a breastfeeding mom, I had literally been in such pain when my child haven't been with me. I would literally do anything to not be engorged ever again. So that mother is conditioned to walk up and get rid of that milk. Do you think she'd rather get rid of it that way, or do you think that she instinctively knows that it should go to her baby?
Obviously, she knows it goes to her baby.
Yep, exactly. And she does, and so after about 6 years in a normal dairy, maybe 7 years, that cow is worn out because she's had a baby every year after year. So year after year after year, she's had a baby. The human race has taken that baby away from her. They have taken her milk and they have worn her out. And then they're done with her. And her reward is not a pasture, greener pasture. Her reward is to go to a slaughterhouse and to become a McDonald's hamburger. And many times now, they purposely send them pregnant to the slaughterhouse.
Yep.
I've been in slaughterhouses, and I have a cow like this. We went in there to save an abused dairy cow. When we got there, they would not give us the mother. They slit her throat, but they let me take her baby. So I walked out with her baby boy, and I still have him. He's 6.5 years old this year, and he is the love of my life. He is the sweetest, most gentle cow in the entire world. And his first thing that he ever saw when he woke up was his mother bleeding out. While she's bleeding out, they cut that baby out of her stomach.
Yeah. Can you imagine the pain the mother is going through with all this? They don't give him anesthesia. They don't give him anything like that. Can you imagine? It takes a while to, unalive after you get your throat slit. It's not, right then. And being a female having 2 C-sections, I can understand what it would feel like having a baby cut out of your stomach.
How you feeling, traders?
I feel fine. I do need to go, but y'all have made some good points, some considerable points.
Before you go, I just want to suggest watch Dominion. It's free on YouTube. It just goes over standard practices. I understand that we're talking about a specific farm and that it had high welfare. Dairy is Scary is only 5 minutes. Also on YouTube, watch that. It just shows you what's inherent in dairy. Even on I think you said your uncle's farm, right? Or your grandfather's, great uncle?
My father-in-law.
I'm sorry, your father-in-law's farm. Even on that farm, he still has to go through standard practices. There's just things that have been found to be so efficient that every farmer does them, right? There's no other reason why not to. So watch Dominion and then maybe have a talk with your father-in-law. Maybe ask him, like, do you do this? And he can tell you himself.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you do, I would love to hear from you. You can come back on a live or just private message me or any of us on this panel because I would love to know, if anything's changed for you. I appreciate you coming up, though.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a good day. Awesome, guys. Welcome up, Helen, by the way. I don't know if I've actually had you on my panel before, so welcome up. Hey, Landon, what's up?
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
What's up?
Hey.
Helen is rad.
Yeah, hell yeah. Actually, Helen, I didn't even know you were a vet tech, so hell yeah, that is definitely some information in there that you could share.
Yeah, there's not much I don't know about the farming practices, and I've probably been to 200 or 300 dairies and at least 100 different slaughterhouses, including family-owned slaughterhouses.
So I am curious, how often do you see like dairy farms where they leave the baby with them? Because I've had multiple people tell me. That's what I've never heard of.
Never seen. In fact, I have 2 cows. It's so funny. When we first moved to Oregon, before we moved where we're at now, I was lost and I was driving in the middle of nowhere and I came across a dairy farm. And out in front of this dairy farm, there was a pile of newborn baby calves. They had just been thrown in a pile, many of them still alive, to die because they lived rurally and there was no veal market at the time. So I noticed that a couple of them were alive, 2 of them. And so I knocked on the door and I said, can I take those 2 live babies? And they said, sure, it's all yours. So I still have them. They're 7.5 years old now and they weigh about 3,000 pounds each.
You are my freaking hero. Well, you're their hero, but man, wow, I want to be you.
Yeah, I have never seen a dairy that allows more. I have seen dairies that allow them to have colostrum if they're going to sell the babies. And that's it.
I see. Yeah, because the colostrum just ensures that they're going to be healthy, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing they give them, right, Helen? That's the
And
only
not
thing
all
they
of
give
them even do that because the colostrum is super, super expensive. So that's a big moneymaker for them. So not all of them will even give them access to colostrum. And I've seen them milk the bulls, and let me tell you, it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
There's somebody in the comments talking about milking the bulls.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
talking about milking the semen, and it's not a pretty.
Yeah. Nope. I mean, we have laws that say it's wrong to grape animals, but we got to make loopholes for the farmers. That says a lot right there. Gross. I mean, why is it okay to fiddle with a bull's parts, but, not okay to do to, like, maybe a human that's not totally aware?
Yeah, right.
Ugh. It's not okay to do to the bull. Anyway, should we bring someone up?
Yeah. You want me to bring them up or you got
Oh,
them?
yeah. No, if you want to, you can throw them at me.
Okay. I've checked them, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, the white, are you over 18?
Yes, I am 21, born
Right on.
2005.
Appreciate it. How do you morally justify your animal use?
Okay. That's actually a very good question. The way
Wait. Yeah, we can't have you on here if you're driving. I'm going to go ahead and drop you because you are driving. So I'm going to bring up JJ. I saw you were sitting there.
Who's sitting there? Yeah. JJ.
Hey, JJ, are you over 18?
Yep, 18.
Oof. Yikes.
Yep, 18.
Yeah, Landon knows. No, he wasn't.
All right.
That was like 10.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good
H pizza or pizza. What should I call you?
I'm 18.
And for those of you who don't know, that they actually
he's not old enough. Yeah.
Go ahead, Helen. Sorry.
Yeah.
all 95% of dairies do AI. They don't do cow on bull.
Yeah, that's what I had heard is that there was, well, I didn't know the exact percentage actually. I did know that it was a high percentage use AI because it's more effective. And I've actually had farmers come up here and tell me that it's the compassionate choice because bulls can be really aggressive and they're heavy. And that
to that point, he's true. Those bulls, so like my dairy steer are literally 3,000 pounds. They're big. They're big cows. The Holsteins and the Guernseys are big. Now, if you go with the smaller ones, like the Jerseys, they're about 1,000 pounds. So it's easier.
Still, that's still a lot. 1,000 pounds, my God.
But the heifer is
right.
The heifer is that big. I mean, she's 800 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That was just what the farmer said, is that the bulls are really aggressive and can break the cows' backs. And he was just telling me AI to him was the compassionate choice.
Not doing any of it would be the compassionate choice.
Exactly.
Turkey farming is almost 100% AI. Because the male turkeys cannot copulate.
Have you seen, I mean, you've seen it, but there's
I
actually...
have turkeys here
that
are like that.
Yeah, I bet. There's
I mean, we had a 90-pound turkey come in. Imagine a 90-pound turkey getting on a 20-pound hen. It would kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. There's an episode of Dirty Jobs. I don't know if you guys ever seen that show. It's got that guy named Micro.
Yeah.
He goes to a turkey farm, and they show at least what this farm does, which is they have a movable stand that they move with them that has shackles, and they flip the turkeys upside down and they lock their legs in these shackles, and then manually by hand he's rubbing the turkey's nub, and he has a straw that has like a 3-way straw on it. He's pulling with his mouth on one end of the straw to suck out what comes out of the nub as he's massaging it. And it's like a 3-way tube, and it goes into some pouch or something to collect all the semen. Ah!
Could you imagine how many times he's probably gotten that stuff in his mouth?
He says that's why he's got the water bottle with him.
Yeah.
God.
So this is on, you can look this up on YouTube. Mike Rowe, he always does the dirty job, right? He did not do
Right.
that job.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, he
I
did not
remember
do
one.
that. That brings a whole new meaning to turkey
That's
in the
just-
straw.
Yeah, and it's so barbaric. I mean, what are they bringing up stuff from the the Middle Ages to strap them down like that? It's
Yeah.
just.
Well, I mean, and then they do the same
They're
thing to the
disgusting.
females, right? Flip them upside down and then they inject them. It's just like,
Right.
why are you touching their bits and mix it? Ah!
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
can only imagine how many times that guy's had to spit or whoever's doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he claims that he has a bottle of water to rinse his mouth out for that reason. So,
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Helen, is that normally how it's done?
Yes.
I just thought, oh my God.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have to.
They actually do something very similar to lambs too, or to ewes, I should say. But they have a rack that they tie off 4 legs and they put them on their back and they artificially inseminate that way.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting what they do, and it's all coming from a man's mind, a man's perspective.
Yeah, it comes from an oppressor, someone.
Men.
Yeah, typically. Yep. I mean, I've seen some oppressive females too, but you're right. It is typically, men. Unfortunately, we live in that society where patriarchy is on top.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, Landon. Well, that's why I say, it's not all men. It's about that. It's a mindset, right? It's an ego. Yeah. So, anyway, I don't have any requests. We must have done it, guys. Everyone's vegan.
I don't. No, they're still in there. They just started too chicken to come up.
Yeah.
They just like to talk smack on the panel, but are too afraid to actually come up on the panel and say anything.
they talk smack in the comments. Come on up, meat eaters.
Yeah.
Come on up, meat eaters.
Pleasure, what I'm talking about for pleasure, Aiden, I mean any kind of pleasure. You could get pleasure from watching animals like at a zoo or a circus. You can get pleasure from wearing them, right? Pleasure from eating them. Any kind of pleasure, including essaying them, Is that moral? To use someone else's body for your benefit without their consent? Nobody wants to come up. Come on, guys.
Yeah, there was that big investigation in Australia at the pig farms where the sows in gestation crates were being sexually assaulted by a man, and they had it on camera.
Yep.
And they didn't even fire him.
Nope. He was like the owner's son or something like that, right? Yep. I mean, and it's like people that are not vegan will also be upset, but they don't it's like those farmers are just dealing with products. In their minds, those are just objects. And they are doing that
They're
to
commodities.
Yeah. And they're doing this to those commodities anyway. They're poking them with stuff in their private parts. So what's the difference, right? To them, it's the same thing. My finger, my other appendage, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the same.
Right.
So if you demean someone, if you objectify them, their experiences don't matter. Only your benefits matter then. That's an oppressive mindset. That's gross. And that could just, and I said this earlier, it's like when people make exceptions for animals, they're really going against their own best interest because you're literally picking some arbitrary trait and saying, because I deem you lesser than me, I can do what I want to your body for my benefit. But they don't realize at the same time that could be turned against them. Someone could deem them lesser and use them for their pleasure. And, that's when you realize, oh, I care about what happens to me. Well, so do they.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, nobody wants to come up.
John, an animal doesn't have to be cute to care. I care about every animal. No, I even care about the insects. I mean, if I have a black widow spider that's in my house in an egg sac, I'll catch her egg sac, and I'll put her outside. She doesn't deserve to die. I don't care what they look like.
Right.
Just like the reason why I can't tell you how many people have dumped off animals at our sanctuary, whether it's a dog, a cat, or a goat, saying it's the ugliest animal I've ever seen. I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of a mindset of somebody who is an oppressor than it is of somebody who has an open mind.
Absolutely. Right. They just see animals as objects, and then that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what happens. It's inevitable. If you objectify someone, their experiences don't matter to you anymore. Hey, John.
That's why everybody
So I'm
needs
curious.
to go to
I
a
get pressure from
slaughterhouse.
KFC.
Say it one more time,
Yeah.
Helen.
What's that, Lori?
I was in. That's
What?
disgusting, KFC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, people in the comments. Okay,
On there,
John.
he gets pleasure from KFC.
Ugh. John, are you over 18?
Oh, I love KFC. KFC, yeah, I'm 18. 31, actually.
Oh, what? He said he was 18 and then he said he was 31. That didn't make sense. Or maybe was he trying to say he was over 18? I just kicked him because I thought you can't.
Yeah, and
Can't.
then he said he was 31.
Yeah, I'll
He said
bring
he
him
was
up.
31.
He did say he did sound older. I'll let you
got
stay up.
John.
I'll let you stay up, John.
Yeah.
Well, he was the one I just
Yeah,
kicked, but
Yeah, well, I meant like,
You're
yeah,
over
I'm 18. I'm over, yes.
got it. I even
31.
realized that as I kicked you. I'm like, oh wait. All right, I apologize.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we get so many kids that come up and they're just disrespectful and they're not old enough. So
Right. I don't want my TikTok being brought down, is all. So, how do you morally justify your animal use?
I just eat them. I mean, at the end of the day, I've been kind of on and off hearing y'all, all these vegans and vegetarians or whatever talk about, oh, its soul, its heart. How do you kill an animal just to eat it when you can go out here and grow lettuce? You can be like a rabbit, I guess, and eat lettuce.
We haven't said that at all. Maybe it
Oh,
was
it's
another
been-
vegan live you were in.
No, it was y'all.
eat grass either.
Because it was earlier when there was a conversation going on about bodybuilders, and somebody was trying to say that, well, where will they get the protein at? They only eat this. They only eat this. Like, no, they don't. Shut up, dude. Not everybody fucking eats meat to get strong. Whatever.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not. I don't know what you just said. Nobody would get on. I don't know if y'all trying to have an argument or what. You just said, "Oh, nobody wants to get on
Oh,
and
yeah.
discuss this."
Well, are you vegan?
You just
No.
want to, yeah.
Okay. So why aren't you vegan?
Why would I be vegan?
For the animals,
mean-
do you recognize that animals are sentient?
No, I mean animals were made for us to eat.
Do you agree that animals are sentient?
What's that word? Explain that word to me, and I
Yeah,
will
it's
tell
fine.
you if I agree or not.
Sentience just means the ability to experience subjective feelings, like pain or joy, making preferences.
I'd say they don't feel joy.
They do.
I'd say they don't. I mean,
You can look it
I
up.
do,
It's very easy. It's
I
easy
mean,
to look up.
it's really easy to look up anything you want to look up, I guess. Anything you
No,
want to type out.
absolutely. So
But
you
I
can
mean,
you can find this
Here
information out.
I'm sitting here looking at 5 rabbit dogs right now. I have 5 dogs that are trained to run rabbits, so I can shoot the rabbit.
Okay, so you're saying that your dogs don't ever feel joy?
They don't ever feel joy. They got a job to do. They go out
Do
and
they
they do
feel
their
joy?
job.
Yes
If
or
they
no?
live in his household, they don't.
Yeah, I guess they don't in my household. I feed them. They're fat. They're in there wagging their tails right now because they think they're going to go chase a rabbit. Now, what about the rabbit? Does the rabbit feel joy that's getting chased by my dog?
No, they feel fear.
Oh, so
They're
so my
fight or
dog's
flight.
joy. So I shouldn't. So if it does bring the animal joy, maybe my dogs do have joy chasing a rabbit. So should I
No,
not let my
they're
dog
just
chase
taught
the
that by
Are
rabbit?
you
you
being
because
a
you won't
smart
know a lot
ass
of animals.
now? Are you just being a smart ass
No,
now,
no, I'm
John?
being serious. I'm being
No,
serious.
you're being a jerk. You can
You're being a
kind of
smart ass,
Joy.
John.
No, I mean, what's the difference in my dog having joy and the rabbit having joy?
Your
Where does
dog's
that?
happy because he's wagging his tail. Dogs can be
But,
happy about a lot of things.
he is happy chasing another animal. Now, it's so wrong for people to eat animals, but what is it about?
You're going all over the place, dude.
How am I going all over the place?
John,
We're talking about joy.
John. Okay.
Joy,
First
joy in
off,
animals is what we're
dude.
talking. You asked me.
Yeah. Boys aggro. I don't. This doesn't sound like a good conversation.
Yeah, we'll just drop. But the
Somebody needs to kick that chick off that's calling people names in the LGBTQ community.
Oh yeah, please.
Who
If
is
anybody,
Who is she?
I don't know where her. I'm going back and looking at it.
Okay.
They were talking about Lori. It's just got a picture on there. The Mathis.
Oh yeah, I see
Talking
him.
about me?
Yes.
The Mathis.
Oh boy. I gotta read what she said.
Lori in her 40s and LGBT.
If you want to make me a mod,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can do
Let
it.
me do
Yeah,
that real quick.
please, Landon. Or Miss Helen, either one.
Give me 2
Because these people are
seconds.
crazy. Yeah, I'm with LGBTQ, whoever you are. Come on up and talk to me instead of being a little shithead in the comments.
Oh, why aren't you coming up? What? It's not bringing you up for some reason. I'm spelling you right.
If you see her again, Miss Helen, let me know.
Yeah, please.
I'll block her.
Why are you not coming up, Landon?
I'm a ghost.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Yeah, because you're able to bring me up.
Yeah. Yep, I see you right there. I don't see. Oh, there you are. Found you.
There
I had
you
to
are.
type out your whole name. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. TikTok does not
Maybe,
like
well,
me.
probably because you don't have them saved in there or something. That mod probably. That's why you had to do his whole name.
That might be true too. All right, I added you. You should, and then let's see. Helen, do I have?
Okay, I blocked him.
You have the white truck. The white truck guy is back in the comments. I can't remember if he, or back in the requests. Was he too young, or did he even answer you? The guy with the white truck.
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay.
We can bring him up if somebody else would like to talk to him.
I'll bring him up. Yeah, let Landon do it. I'll bring him up.
Oh, there you are.
If he's still there, yeah, he's still there. Let's see if he's gonna. I don't remember what was said. Everything.
Really not. Just to clarify, quick.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
He's driving. I think he's driving.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to clarify before you kicked me. I was trying to clarify that because I know it sounds like I'm driving, but I'm not.
Okay. Then I'll leave you up here. Yeah, that's fine. Helen, I can't add you. I'm so sorry. It will not bring you up.
Oh no, I'm fine with that. I'm
Okay.
busy
I'll
walking
add you
around
later
feeding the
though.
animals anyway.
After this, I will actually add you so that when next time you come up, you should be totally modded up. I'm sorry about that. All right, go ahead. White truck. Why are you not vegan?
All right. The reason I'm not vegan is because I've actually done very intensive research on veganism. Yes, veganism does definitely have a lot of benefits in life for a lot of people, for sure. I'm not going to disagree with anybody on that. But there is also, and I know this for a fact actually, because I actually almost lost my cousin, my young cousin, who was like 7, 8. I almost lost her because she went straight veganism, no meat in her body, nothing, no protein, nothing, hold on. And so when I thought it was no problem, I was like, okay, well that doesn't make sense. She's getting everything she can possibly get in her body. Well, I had doctors and scientists who were doing tests on her give me some answers because I wanted answers, obviously. You know, this is my family. And they just gave me the news that she almost had died. So I asked them, I said, what was it going on? And they said, well, she's lost and lacked a lot of vitamins, B12, calcium, give me a second, I'm trying to think of it. There's a bunch of vitamins that she lacked a lot of. And so I came out, so I asked them, I was like, so couldn't I just go to a pharmacy and give her like B12 pills and stuff to kind of help her get that stuff? And they said, yes, I could do that. But they said, but we would recommend at least giving her a little bit of meat for her body because her body is what needs it. So when I did give her what they needed, which was, and I only gave her little bits of steak just to test their theory to see what happened. When I gave her little bits of steak a week, she actually like was perfect. She was happy running around.
All right.
And
Sorry, man.
actually, her parents had thanked me. Her parents had thanked me a lot for saving her life.
Sorry to interrupt, but we understand. So did you say that this child was 7 years old?
Yes, he said 7 or 8.
That's insane. Like, I mean, like,
So first off, no doctor would talk to him unless he was the parent of that child. They would not share that information with
Well,
anybody but
that's the
him.
thing is, I actually had gotten permission from my aunt and uncle to be provided with that information because we were all there as a big family.
What were
like
you?
my
What were y'all
entire
feeding
family was
this
there.
7-year-old? I mean, if you're not giving the proper diet, like you can. I mean, that child could thrive on a plant-based diet, but you have to be giving them the things that they need. So if you're not doing that, then yeah, they're going to get sick. So if you take them to the doctor and they say, "Oh yeah, you can give them supplements, but yeah, go ahead and give them some meat," like that's they literally said you can give supplements if that's what they needed.
Yeah, but like I said before, is that they said it's not highly recommended, but yes, you can. We don't recommend it, but yes, you can absolutely do it if you want.
Well,
so
and what
I tried
doctors?
both methods.
Well, what does this have to do with you not being vegan?
Well, that's where I'm going to get to is listening to your guys' conversations. I will say there's been points from meat people and vegan people who have brought very good points to the table for sure. Traders, everybody's brought very good points. And I would say right now is something to think about too is going back to, I believe it was John, or no, it was Traders that you guys were talking about was a cow farmer, or his grandpa or whatever was a cow farmer. I will say I'm a cow farmer too. I have a massive pasture with cows.
So you're very biased.
And I have heard your point about how the babies are separated from the families and usually slaughtered or whatever. What I actually do is I actually keep the babies with the mother. So when they are born, they stay with the mother until they're fully grown. And then once the mother's fully grown, I let her get to a point to where it's like, okay, she's, having a hard time moving around. She's falling over a lot. It's kind of time to still, while her meat is in her body, still good to
How
feed
old
my
was she?
family.
How old was she?
Right. Age-wise, she was, let me think. This was
Because
2 years ago.
cows can live between 15 and 20 years old. So unless they were that age, then her falling over is a medical issue. Because most cows are healthy if given the right nutrition. Up until their old age, when you have to supplement them just like older humans have to be supplemented.
Right.
I
So
want to
15
say
and 20, she had some issues.
you don't need to be doing this.
Right.
Like that's really what it comes down to. Like you don't need to have a farm with cattle on it.
Well, it's kind of what feeds my family and helps us live as
you
we
don't
are.
need to
Like good
eat.
justification for exploiting other animals.
You don't need to eat animals to get what you need.
But also, my point is what Helen and Lori had said, where every single farm separates the babies and the mothers.
No, we were talking
that is
dairy
necessarily
cows, not beef. We were talking
talking-
dairy, not beef.
Yeah.
You're talking dairy-wise?
Dairy cows.
Yes, we weren't talking beef cattle. We were talking the dairy industry.
Yeah, and that's what I have. I have both. I have meat and a dairy farm. I own 2 different farms, meat and dairy. And
Why
even
did
with
you
the
choose
dairy-
to exploit animals when you didn't have to?
What do you mean? Okay, clarify. What do you mean exploiting? Like clarify exploiting an animal.
Yeah, exploiting is treating another being unfairly to benefit yourself.
Yeah, unjustly.
Okay, so you guys see it. Okay, so Landon, I'm gonna go back onto I'm gonna rephrase what you're saying, but also add an answer to that. So you say me letting on my dairy farm the baby grow with the mother, stay with the mother instead of like how you guys said I could separate it and get it slaughtered. Instead, I let it grow with its mother. That's still exploiting the animal itself.
What are you doing with that baby?
I grow it till it's full age, and then I use that for dairy for a while.
Full age? What's
full age?
Yeah, what's full age shoe?
I get it to where it is at. I have my partner. He's not with me right now, but I have a partner that I work with on the farm. He's professional like dairy farmer, all that stuff. So he knows aging wise, like he knows the aging wise. I know I'm not great with the animal ages, but he knows it very well.
Yeah, so
So
you don't even really know what you're talking. No offense, but you don't
Yeah.
really know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
this
thing is
sounds
you're
very
not-
made up. This sounds all very made up.
No, it's not. What I'm saying is when he tells me when they get to the age where they are, that he says, okay,
What age?
the animal you have bred with the mother is now an adult.
What
You can now
age?
start using her.
What age does he say? 2 years?
Yeah, you are still using these animals to benefit yourself. You are still using these animals to benefit yourself.
So he
and
says,
you are literally unaliving these animals.
At 2 years old? Wow.
I'm assuming 2 because they get bigger, right? That's
right. Correct.
Yeah.
What kind of cows are they?
So
What kind of
adult.
cows are they?
Yeah, what kind of cows are they?
What's the breed? If you're a beef and dairy, you need to know this.
What do they look like?
No, if he is a beef farmer or a dairy farmer and
He's
he
Googling
doesn't
right
know
now.
the breed of his cows,
Right. Well, I know he doesn't know. That's why I'm asking him, what do they look like? But he just dropped.
yeah,
I honestly,
everything he said was a lie.
Exactly. I just kicked him because I was like, dude, everything you're making up. Like, I wasn't there. This is my niece. I wasn't there. This is my family's farm. Or I'm not there.
His partner knows when to unalive him at 2 years old.
But not him. Not him.
No, not him. Not him. He wants 80 years to live. Yeah.
I bet
dairy males are not kept around at that age because unless they're steers, they're going to be breeding unless they're on their own. So they'd literally be breeding with their mother.
Ugh.
That was a weird conversation.
That was
hella weird.
That was like painful.
Yeah, that's just someone being dishonest that doesn't want to talk about their situation because they know they have no argument. So they're trying to come up with some fairy tale they think is the exception, which it still wasn't, even if everything he said was true. Landon, you were on the very point right there. Like, you don't need to do this. That's our point.
Right.
Well, hey, I gotta get back to work, but thanks for having me up.
Thanks for coming up, Landon.
Right,
Yeah, everyone go follow Landon. He's a great animal rights activist, okay? Go check him out.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good day.
See ya. Also, please go check out Helen. Helen, AF veteran. We've clearly heard that she has a wealth of knowledge, so thank you for being up here. And Lori, please go check them. I'm not done yet. I'm just trying to, while we have people here, definitely go check out these vegan activists. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Landon's really good, so is Miss Helen. She's very knowledgeable.
Hell yeah, you guys are amazing. All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see any on my side, so maybe they're just showing up on your side. I don't know. It's so
just the
weird.
one. Sometimes, sometimes that I don't know why it happens.
Doing?
Hey, good. Are you over 18?
Yes, I am over 18.
Okay, right on. How do you morally justify your animal use?
They're God-given rights.
What does that mean?
We have been given rights by God to eat animals.
Which God?
The one and only God.
There's 30,000 gods.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
We'll just steel man you. Let's say that your religion is the one true religion. Jolene,
I'm not saying that.
Hold on. Let me just ask you a question. Is it okay that I join your religion as a vegan? That's all I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, because we're not going to judge you if you don't decide to eat meat.
Okay, so it is a choice.
My question is...
Hold on. So the point that I'm trying to make, though, is if I can be your religion and vegan, so can you.
My question is to you, why is it so offensive to vegans that there are people out there that eat meat when the meat eaters don't really care what you choose to eat?
Because
you're here.
Because the animals,
hear what and why you're defending.
Because the animals don't want to be used. Go ahead, Helen. Sorry.
Right. And
No, she's clearly here, so she clearly does care, right? I mean, she thinks that her opinion's more important than anybody else's opinion. These aren't forcing anybody to be vegan, these talks. These talks are just literally education. Full stop. If you don't want to be educated, leave. Simple.
Right.
Oh no, no, I'm very much educated, and I follow the Bible when it comes to my rights to eat fruits, vegetables, and meat. I mean, at one point you were a meat eater, and then you decided to become a vegan because you decided that animals had feelings and they shouldn't be killed to be eaten.
So you
When
don't
God,
think animals have feelings?
We realized that it was all lies that they were telling us. All lies.
So if you follow the Bible, are you okay with slavery? Are you okay with beating slavery and essaying their slaves?
we're talking about animals. What are you okay with children getting molested and used for in sweatshops to make clothes for the clothes you wear?
You know what I'm not okay with? I'm not okay with the children that are molested in churches. In fact, that churches have sexual assault insurance so that they don't have to pay out to the victims, the insurance company does.
But children, let's not veer off the topic here. But
No, that is on topic.
About children are getting molested in and out of religion. It doesn't religion has nothing to do with getting molested.
Religion is the number one place that children are molested. Number one.
Yep.
Number one. The church is the number one abuser of children.
That's right.
All right, let's come back to the animals.
Why? Because she can't answer that?
Exactly.
No,
she's
no,
trying,
I mean,
Joelle.
if you
So
wanna
she
change-
has, Joelle, listen, she's making a point. You said because your God gave you the right to do something, you're going to do it. And she's trying to point out your God also gave you the right to have a slave and to do what you want to them. Anyone who's not an Israelite can enslave someone not of their nation. That's what it says in your book. And she's trying to say you're being inconsistent. You're just cherry picking.
Yeah.
That's the point. So your religion is not a moral justification. Just because your God allows you doesn't mean that you have the right to do so. My religion could say I have the right to enslave the children that I bear. Is that moral in your eyes? Because my religion says so?
If you want to talk about morals, we could talk about morals. We're talking
That's what
about
we're here for. Morals.
We're talking about.
What does my question say? What does my question say, Joel?
Do you morally justify your animal use? Yes, I do morally.
No, it says how. How do you morally justify your animal use? So if my religion says that I can enslave the babies that I bore, is that moral in your eyes? Because my religion says so? I'm allowed to do that now?
You're comparing apples and oranges. There's
Yeah, okay, well, let's compare an apple to an orange. An apple is a fruit, an orange is a fruit, right? We can compare anything. So I'm saying my religion says I can do something. You're saying your religion says you can do something. Which one of us is right?
If you really want to talk about religion,
I don't want to talk about religion. You brought up religion, and I'm telling you, it's not a moral justification. It's just what allows you to do something.
It is a moral justification.
Do you know what a moral justification is? Look, let me make it clear. If my religion said that I can slap people, and I told the judge that, they're going to be like, that's not a good reason to slap people, right? If I'm going to slap someone, I better have a really good justification for doing so. Religion does not cut it. Do you see what I mean? Any atrocious act could be written in some old book that doesn't make it so that now it's moral to do so. That's the point. And if we do want to talk about your religion, if you think that's really the moral justification, you should read chapter 1 of your book. Pretty sure Garden of Eden is vegan. There's no death, there's no evil. And it wasn't until sin entered the world that now you were allowed to use animals as a coping mechanism for survival. And your God still continues to say, don't use animals unless you need to. So again, you're not listening to your own book. And on top of that, this is why religion is just such a garbage excuse. Isn't your God supposed to be merciful, peaceful, loving, compassionate, benevolent? How do you do all of that while taking someone's life who wanted to live?
Yeah. Good. That was a good
Yeah.
example.
It's just, if you're genuinely curious, if you actually are here in good faith to find out why we are saying don't use animals, maybe you should go watch the documentary Christspiracy, because it goes over, it's not a debunking of your religion. If anything, they're looking at the original sea scrolls, and they're looking at the original translation, like the actual words of your Bible that have been translated. And they look at some of the words like dominion, right? That's one that I get quoted often. And they're saying the word that they have translated to dominion in the King James Version or in any English version actually has multiple meanings and is often used to mean steward. Is someone a good steward if they're unaliving those that they're caring for? Or if they're using them unnecessarily? That's not a good steward in my opinion.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, when God created the animal kingdom, he created man and he gave man the right to use animals for
Not
food.
in chapter 1.
In chapter 1, in Genesis
Nope.
9:2-3.
No,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the very beginning, that's not till
Open the
sin
Bible.
entered. Joel,
One.
Joel, stop. It's not until sin entered the world.
Well, and yeah, we're trying to find out too, Joel. Why are you not vegan? Why aren't you vegan?
When God gave Adam the right to eat meat, it wasn't until sin came in.
Joel, let's say your God and devil are in the room with a lamb. Who's going to unalive the lamb for taste pleasure?
Come again?
So the devil and your God are in a room with a lamb. Who's going to unalive the lamb for taste pleasure? The God, your God, or the devil?
We were not.
Can you answer my question?
No, ma'am. I need to explain.
Oh, you can't answer my question? I want a yes or I want an answer to who would do it. Who would unalive the lamb?
I need to explain your question.
No, you don't need to explain. You need to say which one would do it. Just say it and then explain.
I would unalive it.
If you can't, sorry?
I would unalive it.
That's not the question. Your God and the devil are in the room. If your God was the one to do it, how is he going to take someone's life who wanted to live? And what if he's going to do that, what's the devil doing?
I would unalive the lamb to eat it, and I would not.
Yeah, you have a good day. Done talking to you. Delulu.
Yeah.
See, this is the issue when people use their religion. She doesn't even know her own GD religion. That's disgusting. Yeah. It's like, that's almost another form of tokenizing. If I was a Christian, I'd be so offended that she's ignoring the Garden of Eden, which was the most perfect creation. That was God's plan 1.0. And you're like, you know what? Wasn't good. Wasn't great. God made a mistake. God messed up on that first version.
Well, honestly, religion is the ultimate form of patriarchy. They have blamed women since Eve. Women are the reason why there's so much sin in the world. I don't know how any woman falls for that shit.
I don't either.
From being young and being told that they're lesser. So yeah, she's suffering with her own kind of brainwashing because she's been told to worship her husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever a man says. Yeah. That is what that typically breeds, sadly. Also, what I really don't like when people use religion, it's just a way to say, because this authority figure says I can, that means I don't have to think critically.
Right. Yeah.
Like, they're literally giving themselves license to not think about the atrocities they commit because, oh, this authority figure says it's fine.
Yeah.
It's
not really the authority figure. It's some old white man making things up.
It was someone who wrote a book and then someone else added to it. And then on top of that, and then eventually it was even rewritten. And it's like humans didn't even have any of the information we have today how could they have been accurate about anything back then?
Exactly. They weren't. And you know the King James version too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you know who King James was.
a flamboyant soul who had some really nasty sides, actually. But
yeah.
yeah,
And he was considered to be gay.
yeah, exactly.
And he was the king of England. Oh, come on.
Yep, exactly. It's just religion is their reigns of power. And sadly, so some people absolutely, I don't care if people have religion because it helps them meditate, helps them connect with whatever, you know, it brings community. There are benefits to coming together and thinking about positive things. I have nothing against that. It's when you use it to justify atrocities, to justify violating someone. I mean, it's disgusting. You're literally saying this person doesn't matter because this book says you don't matter. That's so gross. And I think Helen, you point out the slavery? Yeah, it's like it literally says in that book, if you're not an Israelite, you can enslave other nations. You can enslave people from other nations.
Punish them?
Sorry?
It tells you how you can punish your slaves, including the FA of slaves. And there's even a story in there about how God commanded them to rip the babies from the unborn non-believers.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, I can believe that. I didn't know that, but that's, wow.
Me either.
Terrible.
Were killed by a bear because they made fun
Oh,
of
yes.
a bald man.
Yes, I know that story too. Like, is that actually moral? Some kids do it. I mean, I have kids that do ding dong ditch on me sometimes. Am I now morally allowed to release a bear on them? Oh my gosh. Oh, we have a request.
Because I think
you got somebody?
It has a lot of good benefits. A lot of good benefits. The problem is immoral people use it to do immoral things.
Yes, exactly. And again, if I were that religion, I'd be disgusted with people using it to justify violating someone. That's just terrible.
Yeah, and I'd really be pissed off if my
religion or culture was
my religion. Yeah, well, yeah, and she knew that. She knows that Christian religion is one of the biggest, child, molestation groups, and for her to defend that's pretty bad.
I mean, that's that cognitive dissonance, right? She has the benefits of being in that group, and to think that there's something so bad with that group contradicts that, so she has to lessen it. Oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
to make
it's
her
terrible.
feel better.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let's see. Bologna? I'm so sorry. Is it Bologna?
Just Bologna or Bolo or whatever.
Oh, right, Bologna. I always say Bologna because of the way it's spelled. Bologna.
How they took the original spelling, had to change it.
So how do you morally justify your animal use?
Well, can you define animal use in any terms?
Any use, any
animal.
human use. Yeah, for you though. I only want to talk about your situation.
Okay. I don't really know how to answer that. If it's only my situation, I guess I'd say, because I
appreciate your honesty.
I have cows, chickens, horses, and dogs, and I think that they have a better quality of life, and they're just overall happier with a perceived purpose.
Okay. So I have human slaves in my basement. I make them really comfortable. They go outside and they play sometimes, but they're my slaves, okay? But they'll live longer under my care because of the quality of care I give them. Is it moral that I enslave those people?
Oh, no.
Right. Even though they're going to live longer than they would on their own?
Yeah, I mean, I 100% see what you're saying, but other horses don't enslave other horses and use them to ride.
Yeah, that's a good point. So why are we enslaving them and riding them?
Because they aren't the same species as us. It's like a food chain. There's a
How do you know?
There's a natural food chain and a natural how would you say it?
Do you know what a food chain is? A food chain is just
I know. Okay.
It's just a tropic.
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to get down into what
I
the
want
food
you.
chain is and what
I
all's
know.
in it.
Well, you're using it as a justification, so you should know what the word means that you're using to defend your atrocity, right? You're saying food chain, but then you don't know what it means. So food chain is just a zoom in on what are ecosystems, these food webs. It's just a measure of energy being transferred. So it doesn't really say anything but the energy transfer. The primary consumers are plants, and then the herbivores eat the plants, and then the carnivores eat the herbivores, right? Each time you
Yeah.
take a step up, though, that next animal only gets 10% of the energy that went into the species below. That's all that the food chain says. It just says the transfer of energy.
Yeah, it's a tropic scale.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
it is.
But
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like every animal has a
Well,
prey animal, and
it's not a
every
justification. That's not a justification, right? You're literally saying, I can do this because of a measurement.
no, I'm saying I'm doing it because of natural order.
Okay, so nature,
Like
you're doing it
we can't
because.
completely disconnect ourselves from nature and say that we aren't animals. Like we are.
All right, let me
and
get
we're
this
gonna
clear.
be.
Let me
We're
get this
gonna
clear.
like.
You're saying that you have to unalive animals to survive.
Oh, they're pretty
We don't have to, but
Okay, so
like,
then what are you saying?
I also don't have to track every nutrient and macro that goes into what I
don't
eat every
either.
day. So I get what I
I don't
need.
either.
I've been vegan since 1972, and I don't either.
Yeah. Way to go, Helen.
Okay, so what? So is
My 50s and trained 6 to 8 hours a day, 7 days a week for 10 years.
okay. Well, I'm not a nutritionalist, but I will say that there has never been a vegan Mr. Olympia or anything like that. Like there will
What
never
does
be
that
a top
matter? Why
performing
does that have to do?
vegan.
What does that have to do with your choices?
What I'm trying to say is that it is a disadvantage
It's not,
to
though.
have to
It's
to
not.
have to yeah, it
No,
is.
it's not. There are vegan bodybuilders. There's even the strongman Patrick Baboumian. Go look at him. He's the size of an ox.
And
Yeah,
they
he's
can't
I mean,
take
yeah, he's a
they can't
strong
take
man, but does he take
roids.
supplements?
They don't take roids. These guys don't
You
take
don't.
roids.
Not
Let me get
roids.
this
When I
straight.
say I don't,
Whoa,
that's
whoa,
not
whoa,
what I
whoa,
mean
whoa,
by
whoa, whoa, baloney. Whoa. Let me get this straight. You don't think that the strongest people that are using animals don't use supplements? Because that's hilarious. They do. They absolutely use supplements.
I'm not saying
Okay,
all of
so
them
then
don't.
it doesn't matter that vegan bodybuilders use supplements because animal-based bodybuilders use supplements. What a silly excuse. How does that affect you? Are you a bodybuilder?
No.
Do you have YouTube? No, or no, excuse me, Netflix.
No.
You don't have Netflix. Any of your friends have Netflix?
Yeah.
Go over there if you can and watch the Game Changers. It's vegan bodybuilders, how big they are, what they eat in a day, and that they don't take steroids. And there's quite a few of them. It just might, enlighten you a little bit.
You can rent it on YouTube for like $5 too if you don't want to go to find Netflix. It's on YouTube for $5.
Yeah, the other ones don't cost anything.
Yeah. Dominion is free. Dairy Scary is free. These also go over standard practices. But Game Changers specifically looks at top-end athletes that have switched from animal-based eating to plant-based and looking at their bodies and their performances.
Yeah, like who's the sisters Venus and Serena Williams are both vegan.
Yeah.
Now. And they've even said their game has gotten better.
Yeah. So baloney, how does this affect your choices? Why aren't you vegan?
I'm not vegan because I don't want to, because I'm not changing the way that I've lived since I've been birthed. I mean,
How old are you?
like it is. It's
How old are you?
18.
You're
oh my God,
18?
you're a baby.
You have so much time.
Your brain hasn't even finished developing yet.
Yeah, you can absolutely change your habits right now.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah. So what's stopping you from, like, why do you think it's okay to use animals? Why?
Because every time, okay, so every time I join one of these debates, the first thing people
Don't
do is
complain. Don't
compare.
complain. I want you to tell me
No, 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 no,
why.
no, no. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm not
Okay.
complaining. I'm saying you compare. When I say I eat
Answer
an
my
animal,
question.
or I use an animal for, let's say I use like what you said when about how you have slaves in your basement. Like you can't put humans and animals in the same.
Okay, why aren't you vegan?
That's not. Yeah, she's asking you specifically. Why aren't you vegan?
Oh shit.
Why aren't you choosing to eat plant-based instead of using why do you have to use animals? Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, he dropped.
Yeah, see, people want to go on these tangents, religion, environment, blah, blah, blah. Even though it's still in our favor, they still want to go off on these tangents because they want to deflect from their own responsibility, and it's incredibly frustrating.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Hey, vegan on a shoestring. Oh, Helen, please. Go ahead, Helen. Please go ahead.
You were cutting in and out. What did you say?
I said 99.99999% of the world is never going to be Mr. Olympia.
No. Yeah. Correct.
It's a false.
Yeah, and even Schwarzenegger's vegan now. It's like
he's not fully vegan. It sounds like he might still consume some animal products, but he is heavily plant-based now. And he actually talks about the bodybuilding world right now and that it's disgusting because it's not so much that he's against steroid use. It's just that it's been so abused. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that word. But it's been so abused now that their bodies, he says that they look deformed. And he no longer really likes the bodybuilding industry. He thinks it's toxic now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is toxic. It's been toxic for decades.
I mean, yeah, even when he was there, it was still toxic. So
Yeah.
it's because it's asking someone to, it's saying that you're only beautiful when you fit these boxes or whatever. And that's just silly. Like, but I don't mind if people want to do bodybuilding. That's fine. But it's not something that we should be like a standard that everybody should meet or something. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Dinga diet. So Mr. Olympia isn't healthy. I'm a fan, but it's not healthy. So yeah.
Yeah. See, exactly. Saying that that's their pinnacle of health, that's not fair to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if this person's a vegan or not. He didn't say. He just said what he said.
Oh, Dinga diet? That he is vegan. Yeah.
He is vegan. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's vegan. He does great videos about plant-based diets and being vegan and bodybuilding and
I thought he looked a little familiar, but I wasn't exactly sure where I saw him.
Yeah. He's a great animal rights advocate, but he also is out there trying to help people eat right and think about the right thing.
Yeah. So who do you have up?
So this is vegan on a shoestring. How are you?
Oh, vegan on a shoestring.
Hello, love. My name's Minnie.
Hi,
nice
Minnie.
to listen in and be part of. Yesterday, what date is it today? The 21st or 2nd?
For me, it's the 22nd.
Okay, for me too. So it's a year and 2 days I've been a vegan, and I'm 55. And, it's one of the best things I've ever done. I wish I'd done it sooner. So, would you like to ask me a question?
Yay! We talk to that's gone vegan in the last week or two are always saying how much of a difference it's made within a week.
You know what? I was at the hospital today about my back, and I was speaking to so I got discharged from one of the hospitals that I go to with my back, and I was talking about switching the vegan diet, and I've also started barefoot walking. There's another thing. And the consultant, her mum is a vegan, and she said, "Oh, my mum's been saying this because I've also, I hardly take any pharmaceuticals. Like literally, it's changed the whole of my physical being.
Yeah.
Like really, it has. The proof is in me."
Yeah, I love it.
So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
So
so I'm going to put myself on mute and listen because I'm good at listening as well
appreciate
as
you.
talking.
Yeah. Before we continue, I just want to make sure: are you for excuse me? Are you for full liberation of all sentient beings from human-caused
Yeah, yeah,
exploitation?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So,
man.
if that's the case, you are welcome to stay up here and preach abolition with us because that's what we're up here for. So.
Well, thank you. And
Yeah, welcome.
you know, just put me on mute, and if I've got something to say, I will hopefully discreet. Well, not discreetly, but you know, I'd sort of go, oh, "Hello, I disagree."
Yeah,
But yes,
no,
I'm all for
that's cool.
abolition.
Right,
But I
and it's
like
cool
listening
that
in,
you're
and
so early on veganism, because that makes other people think, wow, she's been a vegan for how
well,
long?
I was a
And
human, you know, I am a human, and I've gone through a lot of suffering myself. And I think the thing is about us humans, we get stuck in our suffering, and so it's been a journey for me, and it still continues, you know. So I'll listen in. I learn a lot from the younger people, you know. That you lot, you rock. So I'm gonna mute myself and listen in. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Sorry, I was muted. I'm sure you could reach out to Lori and Helen if you wanted to as well. So definitely make sure you follow them too because they are great resources to ask questions to. Yeah, let's see. Oh, thank you. Was that you, Lori? Oh, Zucker? I don't know you. Thank you. Interesting. Thank you. Everybody's giving gifts. I mean, honestly, guys, I really do appreciate them, but I don't need them. And I feel weird taking money from vegans because there's so few of us. I'd rather you guys put your money towards like Helen, going towards sanctuaries and people that are caring for another being. But it does make me feel good to see those. So thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. I don't have anyone right now. Is there anybody non-vegan that wants to come up and challenge us or talk to us? I don't know if I believe that everyone in here is vegan.
No, they're not. Yeah.
We're waiting for somebody. I was going to walk around to the pig area and let you wallow with some
That
pigs.
turkey you were showing is so
I
pretty.
know. I was enjoying it too. Thank you.
So peaceful to watch.
Exactly. That really helps.
I miss my grandparents' farm so much. It's just awesome.
Yeah. I really want to be able to hang out with those that I'm defending more. I do get conflicted sometimes because I'm like, I want to go out to these sanctuaries, but I don't want to get myself in the mindset that they're there for me to go visit, right? They're there living and I'm just there to be happy that they're alive and living.
Right.
But
but they help you too. They help us too, like to go in and sit with a cow and just be loving. They love you.
And you could offer to do some digging while you're there. You could do a couple of
that
hours
is a
work.
better idea. I like that actually, because then I'm actually doing it. Yes, and even Ben says it. You're right, Ben. Both of you, Helen and Ben, you're so right. Yes.
Yeah, Miss Helen needs help.
Yeah. Hey, Helen, you're here in or I say here. I'm up in Vancouver, Washington. You're in Oregon though, right?
We were. We moved. The fires.
Arkansas.
Oh. Got it.
140 animals in less than an hour's notice. It is tragic.
That is tragic.
And honestly, it's been much cheaper in Arkansas than it is, and so we were able to.
Okay.
In Oregon, we had to supplement every animal every single day with food. Here, I can the animals live off the road for most of the year.
That's good.
Supplement through the winter months.
Aw. Yeah, that sounds better for them.
Oh, and they love it. And right, they have a 30 pasture out here. They can just do whatever they want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're showing everyone there is a way to care for these beings without exploiting them, right? There is a way to live among them and not exploit them.
That's right. Yeah. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
These are the two cows that I pulled from the dairy off of that pile that were just hours old, and they still had their umbilical cord attached. They still had blood all over them. And now 3,200 pounds and 2,800 pounds, respectively.
Holy crap. Wow.
Man, animals are heavy.
Yeah, especially cows and bulls, and they're heavy.
Especially dairy. Dairy are the majority of dairy are bigger than the beef cattle. So like this is a beef cattle too, Bowie, but Bowie's a shorthorn, and so he only weighs about pounds.
Let's see if I can.
I hate seeing those dairy cows too when they put the chains on the back of their feet.
Yeah.
You
To
know,
keep
they
them from
put 'em
splaying out.
Oh, they shackle them so that
falling. It's terrible. I mean, that's just one more hideous thing a man has thought up to do. You know,
Pretty
just
bad.
like putting the nose rings in them so the babies can't eat off mom. It's just sickening.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
I
trying to
wish I could
change my.
find those people and take them out for a nice little scare ride. all those guys that are in the upper echelon of these beef factories or animal ag.
Oh man, guys, I'm so sorry. I was trying to change the
Your
perspective.
background?
Yeah, and I can't. I don't know how to do it on the desktop. I haven't done that before.
Oh, you got to add the other one up there too. Vegan easy or vegan easy. Yeah. Vegan
Oh yeah, I haven't added that either. This is because what I did is every Monday I have my new image, and then I just keep
Right.
using it through the week. So I forgot to update it. You're totally right. I wanted to
Oh.
add vegan easy and 10 weeks to vegan on there because those are both great.
Yeah, right.
But what I was actually trying to do, oh, maybe it's over here. Atmosphere? No. Darn. I was trying to figure out how to change the boxes, but I don't know how to do that when I'm on the desktop.
I don't either. I have no clue because I don't go live. So
yeah, that's okay.
You know, somebody is having an issue. I think it was Universe that was having an issue too. He wanted to put in more boxes, but I guess you can only put in 8.
Oh.
Yeah, 8 is the max that you can put in.
Yeah, I don't know how to change them though. Like, you want to add more boxes, or do you want them to go in a different?
So what I was trying to do, I was going to make Helen's image bigger so we could see.
Oh, I see. You have to put it. Yeah, you have to have it up, like a box up in your spot, and then you have to change. I know you have to change it over, but it has to be like they're always up in the left-hand corner with a small like box of their own. That's what Universe does. He has a small box up there.
Can I sing a song? Should we sing a song? Like, just like, what song shall we sing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm terrible at singing.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 1 miles an hour. It's bulging the sun, the solar power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that you can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day. And in a galaxy they call the Milky Way. Anyway, it just sort of like shakes things up a bit, doesn't it?
Sure, yeah, it's good. That was good. It brought up
And
the
it's good to be alive, isn't it? It's good to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
Did Miss Helen tell you she was dropping down or something?
I don't know. I just saw. I finally found the button that says expand, and I think that was. And then she disappeared. Maybe did I kick her?
I don't know.
Oh no. Maybe I accidentally.
Maybe it was my energy. My energy's been doing that all day. So I'm going to drop down disgracefully now.
No,
And gracefully.
You're totally fine.
I'll mute myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her to come back, but I don't know.
Oh, I figured out how to make her a mod as well. I just figured it out.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
she also has her mod powers now. Well, I don't know. It seems kind of slow right now. Maybe I should just call it for now.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I think Universe will be up here soon too. I don't know if you've seen Universe Vegan on a Shoestring, but Lori goes up on that panel, and sometimes I go up there, and it's just a great place for people to try doing activism and working with other activists that are just as supportive, and you know, it's just a really good. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Look up Universe, and even Existential is on right now too. He spells it EX And then it's Existential. He's on right now. He's a very intelligent guy.
There we go. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I've actually watched Existential, so I'll have to pop in.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
All right.
It's like Ozark. All those guys are really
Oh,
smart.
good. Okay. Yes. I got to say, I do see Ben in the chat too. Ben, I love that you're here. He's such a great resource. He knows a lot about not just.
Bring him up, but he must be busy.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. That's fine. It's also a lot to come up on a live. You know, it can be stressful and, you know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate him being in there. Ben is so great because he not only does veganic farming, but he also, and he's a sanctuary as well. But in addition, he does a lot of research into conservation arguments. And I really think that's so valuable because people latch onto that as an excuse that it's okay then to exploit others or even to exploit those that are overpopulating or whatever. And so, yeah, W's for Ben in there because that's amazing work. We need more of that. Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah's in there too.
Oh, Sarah. Yes, I love Sarah. Sarah's amazing too. She's a great animal activist. She's very supportive of other activists. She's always I feel like you're often in the chat, always supporting the activists on the panel, or you're like talking to the actual non-vegan people. I was like trying to use a nice word.
Yeah, right.
You're actually communicating with the non-vegan. So yeah, that's valuable work. I think anybody can do activism. That is great activism. Just making posts is great activism. Everybody can be active in some small way. So yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it there.
Okay. All right.
But
come on over there, Vegan on a Shoestring.
I was going to say, I'd love to see you over on Universes or Existentials. And
Universe will be coming up pretty soon. Universe will be up pretty soon.
Yeah, so
Okay,
both of those.
I'll see you Monday then.
Yes, thank you.
Well, you tell her what days you're going. Don't forget to put Vegan Easy up there when you change your.
So I'll put those resources. Vegan Easy is a great resource if you're a non-vegan in the chat. Go check it out if you need like community or maybe you want just some help figuring out what to eat. You know, it's a great resource. And they give you like a mentor.
Yeah, it's like they have dietitians and nutritionists also, and it's 30 days instead of 22.
Yeah, so they give you a little more time to figure out your habits and ask questions, and that's huge. And then they also provide some community, which is also the other side, right? Because we meet a lot of people that are...
they have a lot of different things you can get involved in with them.
Yeah, exactly.
I was shocked when I saw that compared to 22s. So.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm really excited you found Vegan Easy because, that's a vital resource, I feel like, for people is having information and access to community and, huge. So.
Exactly, and follow on Vegan on a Shoestring.
Yeah, if you can. So I'll be live again.
Let her know what your days are. You come up so she'll know too what days you come up.
I'll be live.
I'll see you Monday.
Sounds good, Lori. You have a great day. Thanks for coming up here.
You have a good weekend.
Thank you. So I'll be live on Monday, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna keep sticking with 9 a.m. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. I'll be going live. Monday it'll be for a couple of hours. So whether or not you're up here, right at 9 a.m. is fine. And PDT, I should be clear, my time. So 9 a.m. PDT. And it'll be like 3 hours for Monday, but maybe only an hour Wednesday and Friday. But anyway, I really appreciate everyone being here, all the vegans on the panel, all the vegans in the chat. Thank you for keeping it safe and, teaching people that have a lot of questions. And thank you to the non-vegans because you're here hearing things that maybe you don't agree with and hopefully you walk away learning something or finding someone else to talk to, right? Like maybe we didn't cover the topic that you wanted to talk about, but there's someone in the chat or on the panel that could answer that. Reach out to any of us, private message or when we're live. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. You have a great rest of your vegan day. All right, see ya.